Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back. Welcome back. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to be back on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Blerd Line Podcast with your hostess with the mostest, Nemo, aka Nemo Hoes, aka the Captain, aka the Maverick, which nickname I just earned over the past few weekends because I am that nigga, the number one wingman. No, I am the number one wingman. No, no, I'm the wingman. I help everyone. I'm not a goose. Welcome back, everyone. Lady Gunner, Dad Pad, and Demigod. Why am I a silly goose? What did I do? Well, when New goes out, when Cap goes out, he has no kids and wife. He's just out there throwing everyone the hose because he don't want it. Oh yeah, bro. When I'm out there, bro, it's wild. But I don't do anything that's too crazy because I'm the number one assist man. Like, you want something? Come here. Hey, bring your ass. Go that way. I'm directing traffic. No, I'm not even playing. But that's no, she can't. But that's for another day, another stream, another time. Y'all, no, for real. That's for Kick. Catch me on Kick whenever I decide to stream on my PC. But anywho, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Blerd Lines Podcast, after our hiatus to get life together. We are here to give you an update on what the hell's been going on in life, every video game, every show, every anime that we've been watching and playing. Lady Gunner, new boo thing, the adventures of Demigod. Oh man, it's been so beautiful. She's the one who posted her 3 hour conversation online. I didn't do that. Sure. Lady Gunner out there, you know what I'm saying? She on her Rocco's Modern Life selling sweet nothings over the phone. I I ain't, I don't give a fuck how much. 9 hours.
Then next thing you know, you laying on the kitchen counter. Then somehow you sitting on the kitchen table. Like,
Kitchen
come on,
counter
man.
is crazy.
Y'all remember them high school conversations on the phone? You talking to your boo thing, and somehow you end up sitting on every inch of every corner of the house, and you don't know how you got there.
Get off the
Nigga be
phone, like,
sitting
why
on
am I
the
in the living room?
sitting on the chimney like this, shit on the phone.
Man, bro, I don't, man, look, check this out. Like, I used to stay on the phone with Jazz because we was getting to know each other, but as soon as I got to college and I knew that was my wife, 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. Now, it's like 45, 30 seconds, unless it's like something important, like I'm at the grocery store, I want something to eat. She's out with her girl, she just want to call me, see the food, you know what I'm saying? Outside that, hey, baby, good? Yeah, I love you too. Or mostly, we communicating through like little short clips on Instagram. Like, that's
Well,
me and
y'all
my,
also live together too, so
I barely see my wife. She works Monday through Saturday, and Sunday she be sleep.
eh.
And now since
Yeah.
my job is like full time, bro, I be in this motherfucker going crazy. In school, what? No, but it's cool. It's all right. It's lovely. Demigod, we can't disclose information of the adventures that we've been on.
You put
But
the
how you
shades
been?
on too. I ain't saying nothing.
No face, no case.
I have seen things,
You have.
experienced things,
You have.
Oh no.
time.
Mm,
That's all I have to
time,
say. Time.
time indeed,
Indeed. Time.
for all time, always.
Always.
And forever.
Whew, man.
Always. For all time. Because Goddamn, that Loki motherfucking season
Man,
2
we're
was
gonna talk
fucking
about that.
I'm
We
on the
gotta talk
last
about
episode today.
You haven't seen it yet.
No.
Last episode of what?
Of Loki. So my thing, I've been in a fucking box. So I had to keep up with Jujutsu Kaisen, because I wanted everyone to experience the Shibuya arc, and me and my anime encyclopedia have been just bragging how much like we've been telling niggas about this, and they didn't want to believe us.
It's okay. You can say you and your anime academic.
Yeah, me
You
and my
can say
boy,
it's okay.
anime academic, me and my boy, like we talk damn near every day, and we were just like, they don't understand the Shibuya arc is. You're welcome.
I'm in a chokehold.
I know you are.
Right now, it's got me by the nuts.
And you think you know Sukuna until you know him.
Listen.
Hey.
That man said no one is allowed to leave within 100 meters.
And if you
And
break
if
my
you
rule,
try, I'ma kill you. What?
Is that why you changed your name to Sukuna? I said this man, and
I
I
gotta
looked
watch
at this. I looked at this morning like, because I changed my little bio to Gojo Satoru Gojo, and then 2 days later, here goes Sukuna. I'm like, what's going on in there?
I love Gojo, but that nigga Sukuna just got a swagger about him that screams demigod. And I'ma run with it. Fuck it.
I'm gonna let y'all niggas know right now.
Play with
fucking curses.
I'm gonna let y'all niggas know right now. Y'all can have the Gojos and the Sukuna. I'm the type of nigga that's Toji. I ain't here to talk to nobody.
Hey,
I ain't here to talk to
Toji ended himself because he could have ended everybody. That's crazy.
Toji was like, oh, that's my son. And he ain't got my last name. Cool, I'm out.
That nigga Toji different.
Yeah, that was
How a body
crazy.
take over a soul. Wait a minute.
Easy.
Now, God damn it.
But he's the embodiment of like, nigga, I came here for a job, and that was to whoop your ass and inform you that I'm whooping your ass.
That nigga's heavenly contract or whatever it is, like his heavenly restriction is ridiculous. I cannot wait to see Maki's.
I mean,
no, I want everyone to know. I said it November 12th, 2023, and I've been this. When Maki does Maki things, I've been simping. Just know I'm about to be unhinged online.
Hey, Maki, oh my god.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Before the anime even dropped, like this dude Perry was absolutely saying Maki was back. So I'll vouch for you.
Like I have been simping. So all you motherfuckers, all the women that's been simping over Toji and the old boy who only clocks out at 9 to 5.
Hey, I'm allowed to have two, so
but you are.
I played both sides. So.
Yeah, Lady Gunner, you make sure.
Me and him said Maki at one point that he was like, "Nah, Maki's mine." I was like, "Okay, I'll let you have that right now because I'm obsessed with Gojo."
No, okay, but yeah. Wait till you see Maki when Maki's like, "Oh nah, I can't tell no story," but it's been beautiful.
I already seen part of it. For her to get to nah, it gets a little sad. I was like, no.
I don't want to do it because Greg actually watches this heavy, so I don't want to spoil it. But like when Maki becomes her, oh my goodness! Like I can say this: Jujutsu Kaisen knows how to write women characters well,
and that's what I'm
excited.
Yeah,
they're not making them no bitches. I really love that. Yeah. I really love how they not just making them support characters.
Even like the side ones, they're still powerful. Like Mei.
Yeah, Mei.
Even though Maki ain't got no curse energy, you know what I'm saying? And Mei's not like a main character. They still putting in fucking work. Even Nobaru is putting
even
in
the little
work.
Sisters. They was putting in some work. They put in work for a little while.
It has been lovely.
Man, fuck them hoes.
They had a very sad background, please.
But one thing I do love, it's equal opportunity. It's equal opportunity in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like, oh, you stepping in this area, I want you to know, man, woman, spirit, demon.
His hands
niggas don't give a fuck.
I'm beating
Show me them hands and you catch the hands.
So
you can get the hands, bitch.
And it's lovely.
I like the way you're talking about.
And also we got there's been a lot of good anime. Shangri-La Frontier.
I gotta check that out.
Undead Unluck is fucking phenomenal. Crimson Ragnar Crimson, I'm sorry, is really good. Spy Family is back. Reincarnated is back. Jobless Reincarnation. I'm sorry. What else?
Oh yes.
It's been
Oh
good.
my man's finally got his dick wet again, and I'm so excited
Oh
for
my
him.
gosh.
He had erectile dysfunction.
I'm so excited. Yeah, he had ED all of season 2. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for him. He finally got some buns. He about to get his wife shit together. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna go find the red haired chick. I can't even remember her name right now, but
I just
we
read the
gonna go
latest
find
chapter.
her.
So the latest
Well, I
chapter's been
Oh,
great.
started watching
of
Gurren
the light
Lagann.
novel.
Oh, Lady Gunner's been watching Gurren Lagann.
I had to force
Mm.
myself past episode 11 to
Pierce through the
12, and
heavens.
I rewatched 12 like 4 times at the end because it's so sweet, and like he finally was waking up. I was like, that's me. That was me. That was me, bro.
You had your moment.
That
Lady Gunner, we
was
gonna
so
have
I'm
that.
sad.
happy you had your moment.
I usually stop at sad animes, but Derek was like, grit your teeth and push through, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, okay, I got to. But because I told him, I was like, I'm finna stop, bro. Like, what? What? Y'all just took my favorite character like this. I'm not finna tell y'all who, but y'all just took my favorite character
Shout out
like
to
this.
Simone. That's my boy.
Yeah,
Simone.
Simone, real one.
And then we have the unfortunate, I can't wait till next Saturday because me and Anime Academic have been going through hell. We are sitting down. We are going to dissect Attack on Meat Mechs. Oh my God, I got some things said.
Attack on what?
Meat Mech.
Listen, man.
Meat Mechs
Listen,
is
man.
great.
You're not gonna keep
Attack on
doing
trash?
this shit.
Attack on tears? Attack on emotions?
Attack on trash.
You're not gonna keep doing this shit to peak anime. You understand
Peak
me?
anime. I will show
I
you
don't
peak.
give a fuck.
Oh,
I
everybody,
don't care.
hold on, please. Sean, why is it peak anime? Please.
Listen, okay, understand.
Hold on, let me pause my
right?
music.
I don't give a damn about the mechanization of meat sacks. That's not the point of the show. That is just an entertainment piece. The point of the show and the anime is to show you that there is a particular pattern in humanity that will never cease. No matter how many different abilities we have, no matter what we do as a society, there is a particular piece of humanity that we're fucked up on. And it will not stop this fucking cycle of violence. And the politics in that anime, I think they were great. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time skipping, there's a lot of time jumping, wibbly wobbly goo. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you are able to go back and look at the anime as a whole, I think that it is some of the most peak storytelling. Maybe not action wise, because it is just Gundams.
I need you to tune in. No, I need you to tune in next Saturday. I need you to tune in next Saturday.
Hold on. Let him finish.
I will be around, but I think that in recent years, right, it's been going on for 10 years now, and it has a complete story. This is one of the better
No. Let him finish.
that have a complete story and have
Because I'm about to hit this man's whole career.
No,
let him finish. Let him finish. Come on, tell me. I
really just think that this anime, Attack on Titan, has all of the things that a lot of animes are missing that we glorify that are not complete. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
See, this is where I'm at. First and foremost, since he gonna bring up Super Hot Salmon in this man's whole career.
Oh my gosh!
You said it been around for 10 years. Psych, that's the wrong number. You talking about the show that came out, then had almost 4 years between season 1 and season 2. Half of the season 2 was mid, half of season 3 was mid.
Okay.
And boring.
Call it mid if it's boring. If it's boring you, that's different.
No. It's not even boring.
It doesn't hit certain points for you. Doesn't.
No, it's not even mid. Not even mid. Because Greg can vouch, Derek and Juan can vouch, Lady Gunner. I don't know if you saw, but from season 1 into season 2, Perry was the leading voucher for. Hey, y'all need to check out Attack on Titan. From season 2 to the beginning of Season 3, there were no one. Everyone had dropped the series simply because there was the political standpoint in the conversation in which everyone
Y'all
said,
dropped the
no, I
series.
was
Don't
there.
say
No,
everyone.
I was there. That is the majority of the people who are saying this is the greatest anime of at all time. You know when people start coming back? You want to know when people start saying this was the greatest anime of all time? I can give you the exact
When
moment.
that the final season that was
Nope,
like
nope, nope,
2
nope.
seasons long.
Not even this final
Was-
season. I will
Oh,
tell you
wow.
the exact
Was it
moment.
Core 2 or something?
It was when
Oh, you talking
Levi
about the fourth season when
Levi
Levi,
came
yeah.
back and started savagely killing everyone. That wasn't the Titans, but he was going against the political anarchists in the city. And Levi was
Jaegerists.
and Levi was
When Levi
chopping
was fighting
niggas
the
up.
Jaegerists.
And that was when also when they had studio what studio? It wasn't Mappa because they did this last season. It was this people
Yeah.
who I'm not for sure. It was the people who was doing it. And you had the ape titan. Then you had the charge that was going in. That moment is when people came back as well. So when I say you want to talk about an anime from beginning to end that was peak fiction, there was no point when people dropped this. People came back for the action and for their own standpoints of what they believe
Nah,
is right.
Hey,
I can
gotta
guarantee
disagree.
it.
hey.
I gotta
And look,
disagree.
this is what I'm gonna tell you. Don't ever say that it was the politics that made me feel that way, because Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite anime of all time.
I think the politics made a lot of people feel that way because of how slowly dripped they gave them to us. Like as soon as
So it was poorly paced.
Aaron kissed Historia's hand and he saw the future and all of that, like we didn't know what the hell was going on as the audience unless you like read the manga. You
Yeah, I
know what
read
I'm
the
saying?
manga.
So as an anime watcher, right? Because I sparingly read manga. I will read a manga if it, you know, does it to me.
What
You
up,
know what I'm
Ray? I
saying?
see you over there, bro.
But I'm saying as an anime watcher, mostly, or you know what I mean. I just think that this story gave a lot of people what they wanted, how they wanted to do it. Maybe not in the time frame it could have been done in,
So
but
it's poorly paced.
I think that on the major outlook of things, Attack on Titan is peak fiction. I
Oh
don't
my
care how you look
god.
at it. It is
It's
peak
not.
fiction.
It's not peak
It's
fiction.
poorly
It
paced.
may not be the apex of peak fiction.
It
It may
is.
not be at the
So
tippity
so
top
so
of peak
so wait.
fiction, but
When you say
it can
peak,
be considered peak
but
fiction.
It's
when you
not
say
even
peak,
close.
the definition of peak is top.
It's not at
You
the
can't
top.
I'm saying it may not be the creme de la creme of
so
the
so
peak
it's
fiction
high
that
tier.
we I'm
So you say
saying
it's high
it
tier.
may not be the top of the top, but it should still be considered in the rankings of
I feel
peak
like
fiction.
it's out of 1 through if we had a ranking of peak and they
That's
start
what
that
I'm
a little between
saying.
1 to 5, they should be number 5.
Like, where are you gonna put this anime in in top 25 anime?
I
Where are you
tell
gonna
you
put
right
it?
now. I tell you right now.
25?
I'll tell you right now how people are going to rank it. You know how people
Listen.
love how to just talk about Attack on Titan when it's around, but as soon as that bitch becomes Starfield, that motherfucker is dropped and forgotten within 2.5
Starfield.
fucking weeks. I
Like
promise you,
everybody
that's
want
what's
to
going
call
to
this
happen.
man the greatest writer of all time, but
I don't know
like
about all that.
it's like he did all this shit and he's never achieved freedom. Even the writers say he made the whole hour-long anime for it to be 139 episodes. In Japan, 140 means freedom. So he's never reached freedom, even though he killed off 80% of
That's
the
what I'm saying,
population.
man. There's a lot of good foreshadowing in this anime,
But
and
like
even
you
appearing
This
in
said,
nigga
manga.
Aaron.
you feel like it
Wait
shows
till
like
next Friday,
humanity's
next
weakness,
Saturday.
like how like some shit just gonna happen. None of that shit didn't have to happen if Aaron didn't make the Titan go and eat his mom. None of that shit had to happen.
Not
He
even
chose
No,
then.
all
to do
that
that.
shit had to happen. All
No,
No,
that
it
shit had to
didn't.
happen.
He
All
chose
that
to
shit
make
had to
that
happen.
happen. No, it didn't.
Because
If
at the end
he
of the
if he
day,
never made his
at the
mom
end of
that
the
Titan eat
day,
his mom, what would have
if he
happened?
never made that Titan eat his mother,
80% of the
he and
population would have been wiped
Mikasa
out.
would be on the run from Armin. That was the whole point of the not flashback, but that was the whole point of the alternate future or alternate
Man.
present when Aaron was visiting people in their quote unquote created memories. Because of his Titan ability, he can transfer himself through time. So the whole point of seeing Aaron sitting there crying under the tree, and then years later, quote unquote, we see Mikasa sitting at a fucking cabin while Eren is chopping wood. They're on the run at that point. That is an alternate future from what Eren desired, but he's not happy. He's still not free, and his friends are killing each other and in danger instead of going after a
The
common
nigga
enemy.
literally
Not all this
said
good y'all
he
thinking. There's more choices in life than just them two choices.
he
that
literally
he had
at
to
the end of
He
the
coulda did
fucking
something
show
else.
talking to Armin said, I did
I don't
this
wanna do
because
this.
no, he said I wanted to see this. I wanted to see this. I was drunk with power. I didn't know what to do with this power. He said this out of his own fucking mouth. There's no listening. This is what he said.
Listen, because if he didn't choose this outcome, then there would have been no choice for him to save his friends. Do you not understand that?
There
The
was
whole
no
point
saving them
of
simply
Attack
because
on Titan was to save as
there's no
many
So his
saving
whole
him.
he
choice was to
loved as he
save.
could.
No,
Out
his
of
whole
the 30, 40
no.
some friends he lost, he only wanted to save like what?
He
How many
was
left?
able to save 7 to 8 friends, but also at the same time, he wanted them, and I quote you, he said this, I wanted you guys to become the heroes to stop the
Yes.
the rumbling. Guess what Armin said to him in that same fucking conversation? We're not going to be the heroes that you wanted. The choices that you make were a mistake. You did not consider any of our feelings or our thought process within
And
this.
what
So
did
none
Armin
of
say
that
at the
had
very
to
end?
happen.
It does not matter.
What did
He
Armin
said,
say at
I'll
the
meet you in
very
hell.
end?
That he said, I'll meet you in hell.
Exactly.
It does not matter because it's
which means
already
he's going
Because the
along
choice
with
was
it.
already made.
it's
So
already
my
done.
point
He
is,
doesn't have a choice. He
that's
knows
not
that it
animated
is.
because he wrote all of
He's
that shit
going
in a
along
rush
with
and
it.
made it
What
seem
else?
like
Sean,
Armin could have decided not to kill Eren. He could have decided not
they
to
all
take
could have
up
decided not to
arms.
kill him. Then
but
what
it
would have
was,
happened?
but he
Exactly.
did not become the same
But I'm saying
conversation.
he didn't
I
have
am
to
not
start
your
the
hero.
rumbling either.
He didn't want to be the hero because he said he was wrong, and then Aaron literally said he's contradicting himself. I wanted to see this happen. I didn't give a fuck about the freedom of my people. He said I wanted to see this happen. I wanted to see this outcome because I was drunk with power. I did not know what I was. He said I didn't know what I was doing.
And the writer said that he specifically made these changes to the ending in the anime because these are things that he wanted to do. He said that he felt like he was trapped in a box while writing the anime and he couldn't change the ending the way that he wanted to.
He's
So
lying.
he
He could
made
have changed
changes.
the ending.
He was in a box writing the manga and he couldn't make changes the way that he felt like he wanted to. So
Armin
he
had
made those
the better
changes in the anime.
character
I think that
development.
the anime is the better ending. I think that Eren did what he had to do. Eren did no
He
wrong.
was selfish.
I am a Jaegerist.
He was selfish in his ways of thinking.
I'm an Eren Yeagerist to the end too, but
No, I'm not a fan of
he
neither
had
because
some
his
more
thought
choices.
process.
Like Nick, I agree with Nick 100%. Eren did no wrong, but he had more choices. Like Nick saying,
He had
like,
more choices because he did
didn't.
because he killed 80% of the population. It was not
He
80.
didn't achieve,
He
he
was.
didn't achieve freedom. He didn't achieve his goal.
It wasn't
Like,
80%
that
of
whole
the.
anime was a waste of time.
His
That
goal
whole
was
hour,
achieved. He made
he
his
wanted to
friends
wipe out humanity.
heroes.
But they
Bro,
did not
no,
look. They were
no,
not looked out
no.
as heroes.
Armin
He was
lived
not looked
a
out
So
as
that
heroes.
whole point of killing his mom was to make his friends heroes.
But they were
the
not
whole point of
heroes.
wiping out 80% of population was to
Yep.
make his friends heroes.
But they were not heroes.
To make a common enemy of humanity. and
They did
try
not
to
turn
bring
out
them
as fucking
he
together
only
heroes.
wiped
as
out
best as
80%.
could.
So you know what that means?
There
People
weren't
that got
heroes.
wiped out from outside the wall.
They
gonna
weren't
come
turned
from
out
people
as
inside the wall.
matter of fact.
Yeah, I mean, if you
I can't wait
So
till
that was
next
a waste
Saturday.
of time.
I can't wait till
if you watch
Saturday.
the enemy of the anime,
I can't wait till
there's
Saturday.
still war.
I
that
can't wait till
happens.
Saturday. I cannot wait till
They still
Saturday.
have nuclear war. They still have like construction and buildings, and then in the very end of the credits, you see a boy and a dog, which I think a lot of people are theorizing it's a future Titan, or actually it's 2 future Titans that Eren actually had made when he was fighting Mikasa.
I
and
pray to
them.
God they don't fucking
So
try
he
to
did that, and Titans are still coming. So he did that for nothing, is what I'm
The
saying.
tree is the same as the one that you.
Lady Gunner, watch this. Lady Gunner, watch
into
this. I'm about to
get
drop
the
this
alien.
16 real quick.
I think it was fire. I think it was
Lady
a
Gunner,
fire
watch this.
representation
No,
the
Lady Gunner,
music,
no, Lady
fire.
Gunner,
The
let me.
animation, fire.
And consider
The art,
Ouroboros.
the art style is fire.
Lady
but when it
Gunner,
comes
watch
to
this.
Story,
Lady Gunner.
Listen, y'all
They-
gotta watch it
What?
again.
I
You ain't
watched
get
the
it
entire
first time.
thing.
It's
I watched
okay.
from
It's
beginning to
okay.
Bitch,
end.
show me.
You
We
ain't-
watched it together.
Go look
I-
at Screen Crush and watch the breakdown.
No, I don't.
It's
What the fuck
okay.
do I need a screen
It's
crush
okay.
when me and Aiden talked about it from episode to
Oh,
episode?
man.
There's no,
Sean,
and we
they
read
got
it.
you, Sean. They got you, Sean.
We're reading the
Nah,
manga.
this-
He's
that
reading the manga, and
anime
I'm
is
watching the
peak,
anime.
baby.
It's not because you want to know how it's not
That
peak.
thing is
Because
peak.
Lady Gunner, watch this. Lady Gunner, watch this. The entire founding Titan was stuck
It's
on
like the
dick.
fizz
The
in my
entire
soda
founding Titan was
Yeah,
stuck
she
on
got
dick.
abused mentally, physically.
No, Lady Gunner,
emotionally.
Lady Gunner, let me finish. This entire thing could have been stopped, but she was stuck on dick for 2,000 years. Hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not
Let
done.
him
I'm
finish.
not done.
Make everybody
I'm
be
not
quiet for you,
done.
Sean. Let him finish.
Let me be done. Let me get finished. You want to know why she fuck with me? Because it's so tough. She was like, "Oh, you stuck on dick too, but you found a way to finish the mission."
Yeah,
I like that shit. That's
yeah.
the entire.
Poetry.
It's not
It's
poetry.
Poetry.
No, it's poetry.
They rhyme. They rhyme.
They're stuck on dick. That's what it was. Cool.
Hey, Mikasa was, but she did what she had to do at the end. Because if I was her, I couldn't do it. I would have been in there with him. Come on, babe. I'll close my eyes with you, babe.
That shit
I
is
would've
not
been right
peak
with my
fiction.
babe.
Women you know
That shit's
right
not
now.
peak
How many
fiction.
women you
I would've-
know right
but
now? And I'm
that's
not
not
ragging
peak
on
writing to
nobody.
me, like you said.
I'm not ragging on nobody. I'm not talking about nobody specific, but how many women you know statistically in the world right now are in some sort of abusive relationship and won't leave?
Plenty.
Okay, and then how many women do you know who were in a abusive relationship and then decide to leave and
Rihanna.
decide to do something about it?
This
This is poetry, bro.
It's
This
not
is
poetry.
This is a cycle of humanity's conscious and a cycle of humanity's fucking.
Watch Gundam. Watch Gundam.
I feel like
Watch
it shows
Gundam.
how women can
Watch Gundam
empower
Wing.
each other when they in a bad
I
situation,
love Gundam
but
Wing. What the? Who are you talking
that's not poetry, especially
It's
for
not
2,000
poetry.
years.
It's not
It
poetry.
took her seeing
That
another
shit is
person
poetry, bro.
to leave
I
her
can't
situation,
wait.
which is understandable.
People said the same thing about the original, not the original, but the sequel, the prequel trilogy of Star Wars. They said the same thing. It's not poetry. It's not good. It's not. Listen, 10 years down the line, I guarantee.
We'll still be friends, bro. I literally, I've been there the entire time. I've been there from beginning to end. Just how like we sat here and we seen how Starfield was a big hit, and then a week later that shit was dead.
Man,
Peak fiction
dead.
is dead. Attack on Titan by Tuesday ain't gonna be talked about.
Listen,
It's
it
not
might
gonna be
not be talked about because we got things like Jujutsu Kaisen and Diary of a Requiem King and Mushoku Tensei. So no, it may not be talked about, and I do agree that it was dragged out.
But this is my thing. This is why I can't say, and granted, take with a grain of salt what I say, why it can't be considered as peak fiction. Because think about this: that ending of Loki, right? The way that Loki ended. People are going to remember that. They're going to cite it for
But
years.
Loki leads into something else. It's not
but
fair.
Not even without that. As a standalone series, Loki stands for something. The ending of Loki is going to stick with people, right?
I don't agree.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you think you will be over the way that Loki ended in a week? The way that you just said that you and other people
No, because of the way that Loki has been set up.
That-
Loki
but
has
that's-
been set up as
but
a
that's why-
project.
Aaron
that
wasn't
leads
set
into
up, even
other
though he had
projects.
multiple choices.
But this is what I'm saying. When you even look at things like,
Even as a
and
standalone
granted-
show, you can't look at Loki as a standalone show simply because it came from other
So-
projects.
So check this out. Even when you look at the impact of things like, and I know these are not perfect series, but Dragon Ball and One Piece and Naruto and even My Hero, when you look at the impact of these things, and one could argue that they belong to a sector of some form of peak fiction. These are stories that will resonate within pop culture forever. How long do you think people went on about the Dark Deku art?
You will
right?
forever have Jaegerists.
Hey, that dark. I'm a Jaegerist too, but that dark. If I just
I
feel
don't
like
even think my
it can't be
hero is
peak
peak.
writing fiction if people can just
I mean,
write
I'm
just
I'm-
watch the show and be like, yeah, I'm satisfied. Versus the Dark Deku arc, the Loki ending, you guys are still gonna be talking about that and be unsatisfied. Like
You're
you waiting for
taking
something else to
moments,
happen.
but from
I'm
Right,
not
but
or
satisfied with
even
Aaron's ending. Like,
Armin
and
yeah,
is
then
and
the
even then,
everybody
better
want to make me
character.
feel better by saying, "Oh, a cut off head can retain consciousness for 25 to 30 seconds, so he felt her kiss."
30 minutes.
What? I don't give a
30
fuck.
minutes.
That's a terrible ending.
so
I'd
I
rather
mean,
he not felt the
that's
kiss at
They
all.
divergence.
that's all I'm saying. It's like even when you want to break it down to the moments of it, like when Rengoku died, like
Bro.
that's something that we felt, something that we
Oh
remember. You know what I'm
man.
saying? Like
Oh,
when
my brain
you
didn't
talk
register.
about those things, they hit. The fact that you can sit here and say that in another week people probably won't be talking about it because other things are coming out. There have been plenty of things that came out. I said Rengoku died, she's still gotten her film.
Goku died after a whole season.
Yeah, that nigga died after a whole
She's still
series.
she's still
What's
gonna
your
be
point?
upset. She's still gonna be upset that Aaron died.
But
I'm
Aaron
not
died
as-
after a
Well,
whole
Aaron,
series,
my
and you're
thing
saying
is
that in
the
a
writer
week
could have
people are
did a
probably
better
gonna forget
ending,
about it.
bro.
No,
I
I'm
don't,
not
black
saying
or
that people are
not.
gonna forget about it, but people
You're gonna
may
move on.
stop talking
Like,
about it simply because there's other peak fiction available
You
right
know
now.
what?
understandable,
Speaking
but
of
I don't
peak,
feel.
Hold
I
on.
personally feel like other people
this
wasn't
is what we gonna
satisfied
do.
because everybody's trying to make justifications for how it ended. Like it's a whole bunch of gaps in certain areas where people's like, oh, she cut his head off, and in Aaron's eyes, she's drawn more beautifully. The tree, like even I feel like other people weren't satisfied, but everybody's trying to make it like
It
we
is a
waited years for
7
this.
out of 10.
Let's
Who's not
just
Ray,
satisfied?
It is a
you're right,
7.
by the way.
everybody
You
that's
are
making all
absolutely
them freaking
right.
comments to certain things to make themselves feel satisfied. They
That's
weren't satisfied with
crazy.
how that stuff ended.
So Greg,
So this is
Lady
this is where I'm at.
Greg and Lady
Oh,
Gunner.
go ahead.
There are moments that people keep forgetting about Attack on Titan. They're only bringing up the moments that Aaron did something that was wild or shocking to the world. Like I would have did that for my people, but no one brings up the peak aspect. If you want to talk about peak fiction, things that stood out the most, things that were game changing that actually got people into their feelings that he did not bring up yet. It's always been about Aaron. That's why he is not the character to look at. He is not the character of peak fiction. He is a lost individual who has stated himself that I was drunk with power and I want to see the destruction of humanity for myself. That was a selfish act, and he stated that. So I'm getting back to moments that happened in Attack on Titan that people don't want to bring up that were actually good. You want to know which one? Erwin Smith, his charge into the Beast Titan when he sacrificed him in the regime to stand. I need you to survive. That's what happened. And then
Erwin was hard.
Erwin Smith, the leader, the one that charged in. People don't want to bring up that moment.
Armin.
That's when people did not. Again, that moment there, people don't want to bring that up. It's always about him. You want to know what happened?
They do.
No, they don't. No, they don't. They choose Levi. They choose Aaron and Armin.
They talk about Aaron, Mikasa, and
Levi. They talk about action. They talk about action. They do not talk about.
I see Erwin too. Sometimes.
The only time I hear Sasha's name mentioned is when Gabby's name is mentioned.
That's it. That's how you know it's not peak fiction, because people are not bringing up the details that actually matter. That actually probably meant more to the story than action-packed and mass murder. That is not peak fiction. That is favoritism. That is not peak fiction. You want to know what's peak fiction? That is Pluto. Watch Pluto on Netflix. I recommend it to everyone. The idealism of what pain being transferred from unhumanized objects being able to feel what human is. That is when you have the understanding of humans, of what you feel. You having a cyborg feel human emotions. So that I cannot wait until next Saturday when me and Anime Academics break this shit down from the manga to the anime aspect. Please tune in, everyone, as we break that shit down and we make sure everyone gets destroyed. So we're not going to dwell on this because I have another 4 hours of what I can say about Attack on Mid. But we're going to keep going because
Attack on emotions.
Ito, baby, what's going on? And if we want to talk about peak fiction, let's talk about peak fiction. Because let's talk about
peak
fiction. We got Gen V and Loki.
Man, which one you want to tackle first? You want to tackle
Gen V, Loki, and fucking Invincibles.
Invincible as well, yep.
I haven't watched episode 2 yet. I ain't watched episode 2 yet.
I haven't watched that at all. Everybody keeps telling me to watch it.
Listen,
Oh.
listen.
I'm probably
I'm not
watch
trying to
it
watch
tomorrow.
that man beat his son.
Lady
I'm not
Wait,
trying to watch
wait,
that man
wait.
beat his son like that.
Wait,
What's
wait,
17
wait. You
years? I
haven't,
can have another one.
Watch
Whoa, what?
it.
wait, you haven't watched
it.
any of it?
Watch it.
Okay, no.
Let's
Like,
watch it.
I mean, y'all
okay,
can talk about it, but
okay.
I haven't.
No.
Let's watch
No,
it.
no.
No. You
Look,
have to see it to believe it.
Lady
Okay?
Gunner, I know that you have this weird complex about complex villains.
I
Like,
don't know.
Yeah.
you,
Lately,
Hold on,
I've been
before you say
feeling
that.
Sukuna. Like,
Before
I
you
don't
say
know
that,
what's
I just
going
want
on.
to say Aaron is the only character that I know of in anime who has
Mute
received a Villain of the Year and Hero of the Year award. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's
That's all I'm gonna say.
hey, I'm gonna have to
What?
give
He's
that to
the
you. But
only
don't make it
character in
peak.
But-
anime that I
but
know
I'ma
of
get
that
it to
have
you, though.
received.
He's a
during that
peak
year,
character. Peak
That's
character,
all.
I take that.
he's
What's
But
up,
been
peak
Zayhan?
sever
fiction,
muted. We're not doing it.
peak
You will be
character.
sever muted.
No,
You
you
will be
muted.
boom. They're both been sever muted. We're not going backwards. We're not going back to Attack on Titan. What up, Zai? So, as I was saying, man, Gen V is so good. Like, Perry, did you finish Gen V?
No, me and Jazz are going through it together.
Oh,
But Jasmine's like, so for her, so Jasmine has a thing where if it's something that's related to a show that she does not remember, she wants to rewatch it. So we rewatch The Boys, and then we're rewatching. We're going through Gen V now. Oh no, he muted you.
Listen, yeah, thank you, Lady G. Let some real fans speak here. You know what I'm saying?
look, don't get muted again. Okay.
Listen, you don't get muted. All right.
Anyway, Perry, do you know who Man of Recap is?
Yes. So, man,
Stop muting me.
Oh,
Do you know who Man of
man.
Recap
You know,
is?
baby, good morning. Then we got Shaw. He said good morning. I don't know how, I'm gonna call you Anna. Hannah. What the heck? Oh man, you people is crazy.
Zayana. That's Zayana.
Zayana, good morning, everybody
no,
that's
Man of
tuned
Recap. I
in.
have
Thank
not.
you for
That's a
saying good
YouTuber, right?
morning.
Yeah. So look,
Oh, man.
stop what you're doing. Like if she's already watched it, she just doesn't remember it. Go to YouTube channel.
No,
for
I
Man
literally
of
haven't
Recap,
clicked on Invincible at
and
all.
he will break down like each season like in like a 7 to 10 minute video. He hits all the points that are necessary, and it'll jog your memory perfectly while sarcastically
Gen
making
V
you
is
laugh.
absolutely peak. Absolutely peak.
So do that and save yourself like
But we're not
15
gonna be
hours.
talking about Gen V.
But it gets
in
like I'll do that
2024.
for myself, but I enjoy watching shows, catching up with my wife because we're going to do the same with Arcane because it was just announced and we can't wait till next year.
Y'all know we're not gonna be talking about Gen V season 1 in 2024, right? I just want to say it's peak fiction.
I don't
but
know.
We're not gonna be talking about it in 2024. Not season 1. Not season 1.
The whole series, possibly. We don't know yet. It's just one
not
season.
Not season 1.
You need to go on mute again.
Pete. It's Pete.
Yeah. Anyway,
like this, man.
I got time today, okay? I got time to not have time.
Get off my dick, man. It's Pete. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he keep playing with
me. Me and him is crazy.
I'll give y'all a list of peak fiction.
I'm gonna beat this man with a mute stick, okay?
The level of disrespect that I am enduring. You motherfucker, you better.
Is he saying something?
If y'all don't come on, because I'm ready to talk video games, god damn it.
Alright. What's next?
God damn it, Greg.
Now that's balance right there. That's what I'm talking about, right? We got to put some balance out here because they don't know how to act, okay?
Nah, man.
They don't know how to act.
Pete.
Look,
said it was Pete. What
right,
you
it's
want me
Pete.
to say?
This is Pete. You know
Stop
what I'm
and move the fuck on.
Right. So look, let's go on to Loki. So Loki.
Deep in the Sag, Zayana. Deep in the Sag today. He choosing violence.
Look, we getting real close to the Sagittarius moon. I am sagittating, okay?
This nigga
I'm
sagitating.
Sagitating is wild. I'm gonna have to tweet that.
Out here.
Sagitating.
That sounds like a condition that needs to be checked somewhere.
It is being checked.
I mean, he does have another persona. Yes. Come on, CEO. Look at him. It's coming out right now.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm out here. Is we coming up on the season? I am sagitating, y'all. You know
need
what
a
I'm saying?
specialist, you nasty mother.
You know what? Look, that last mute wasn't even me. It was Perry.
No, it wasn't. I'm literally on. I'm scrolling.
I didn't do it.
Tired of being disrespected.
It wasn't me. I can promise you, it wasn't me this time. I've been unmuting you this whole time.
Oh, I
Maybe
appreciate it.
Maybe you thought I was muting them, and then you went to unmute them, and then you actually muted them. But yeah, I'm out here Sagittarius.
Appreciate
Shout
it.
out to Thalia Leon in the chat.
Leon,
Yeah,
thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying?
I gotta unmute myself.
Appreciate it.
Disrespectful. Don't mute me. What? I gotta unmute myself? Huh? Hello?
Yeah, you got girl.
That's crazy.
We don't make me mute
Don't
you.
Can we
mute
talk
me.
about
I gotta mute
fucking
myself.
Loki, please? God damn.
Hello? Yeah, okay, go back.
Yes,
Go
let's
back.
talk
Sorry.
Fuck. Loki starting, then we go on a tangent like the fucking
Let's talk about the
timeline.
king. I'm sorry, the god of stories. Excuse me.
So let me
The
ask you
God.
this.
no
so-
stories.
Well, she hasn't. She
Have you not-
hasn't
Oh,
watched it.
you got
She hasn't
to
watched it.
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
that's why.
Okay,
so
my,
at
bad, my
the-
bad. I didn't mean to disrespect you like that. But
So at the end of it, let me just ask you this
That
because I don't want to
disconnect,
spoil it if they've
disrespectful.
not seen it yet. But we got Rocket Raccoon,
Yep,
we got Tony Stark,
yep,
and we got Loki.
yep.
Who is truly the most developed individual in MCU at this point?
Who Rocket?
Loki.
Rocket.
It's not Rocket.
You just
unfortunately.
You just muted yourself.
I
G.
love Rocket.
Oh,
I love
you muted
Rocket.
Greg.
It's not
What?
Rocket.
No. He muted himself.
I think
Oh.
I think that Robert Downey Jr. came a long way, and because he is mortal, I think that his particular
Iron Man is
character
immortal
arc,
or mortal?
Mortal.
he's mortal.
He's dead.
Oh,
So
okay,
because
okay.
he's mortal, right? I think that his character arc goes just a little bit further. I could be mistaken in my opinions. I do want to rewatch the finale of Loki, but Loki is immortal. His character arc starts as a villain, of course, and he ends up being pretty much the hero.
But
But
this is the interesting thing, though. I have to kind of be the contrarian here. Loki doesn't necessarily start as a villain, as you learn in the series. Like him and Thor were solid, thick as thieves until
He learned his
truth. Until he learned his truth. Until the divide came in, where he
Yeah.
became bitter with his dad, jealous of his brother, and
dad.
all he had was his mom.
yeah,
And that's where the differences start to settle in. The fact that Odin treated them differently,
Odin's son.
but he got the love from his mom to realize that he was being treated differently. And then learning of his frost giant origins kind of like solidified.
Right.
yeah.
So
No, I definitely don't disagree with you. I just think that from what I've seen so far, the way that that Robert Downey Jr. kind of portrayed the playboy billionaire, trillionaire, or whatever as Iron Man, and then made that whole sacrificial play right at the end at Endgame.
You're thinking of
Like,
the Captain
I think
America
that-
in him moment, saying you're not willing to sacrifice anything, and allowing that foreshadowing to play
Even
a part.
prior to that, it showed that he wasn't willing to be the sacrificial play. Even in Iron Man 1. You know what I mean? Like Tony was out for Tony all through Iron Man until Endgame.
And I can say
so wait, I just want to ask, so is your full on question your full on answer, you believe Tony Stark has developed more than Loki?
I think that his character arc and sacrifice will go further than Loki's, at least in recognition,
Okay,
right?
sure.
But do I think that Loki has a better character arc, or that he has a better development? I can agree with that. I just think that Tony Stark's will.
I love that. I love that, Lady Gunner. There's
Well,
you can have emotional reaction.
I'm fucking weak.
You have live emotional reactions to.
I'm fucking weak.
That's
That's
me.
hilarious.
Time out.
Well, because
That's
when
hilarious.
you do your reaction, Lady Gunner, it shows your emoji when you hit it. I've been playing in Discord,
I've been caught. Okay.
Yeah, he
Continue. I'm sorry.
definitely got caught. But no, I Loki was fire, and I think if we see more of Loki, which we absolutely should at this point, if he's really going to be the king of stories, if he's really going to become Avenger Prime, like all these other different theories that I'm seeing out here, then we have more of Loki's character arc to fill out.
I think at the very least, let's put him as like the new host of like What If. It would make sense.
Instead of Owatu, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
can agree with Sean a little bit as far as Tony, because he has a beginning and end, and just not from just a character standpoint, what Iron Man did for the MCU, like he carried it for the first,
facts.
like he carried it. Like we all had our moments where we love Captain America, where we had our side characters we really
You
love.
had your moments.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. Captain America, Winter Soldier, the best. And then of course,
I
there's
give it to it because it had Black Panther. I give it to you because it
Greg, the elevator scene by itself.
This dude, you are not you. So you not going downplay Captain America as the best singular trilogy in the MCU. Captain America, the first one was lukewarm, but then you want to talk about the Winter Soldier and Civil War, which were both Captain America movies. You really want to say that wasn't the best trilogy in the entire MCU?
Close. It's not even close.
Listen, man.
Wait, Bray, who you saying who's the custodian of the multiverse? Who's that? Loki or Captain America?
No, Loki is now the custodian of the entire multiverse.
Yeah,
you have to watch.
What the man do?
No. You have to watch it. You have to
watch it. Yeah,
to understand it.
But before we get into the argument about the best trilogy in the MCU, what I will say about Loki is, I think that in my opinion, I think that it is undoubtable, it's indubitable that Loki is the most developed character. I mean, because it's like, yeah, I agree. I respect the thing that Tony has done, but also what Tony has done is he went out in a flair that is unbelievably Tony, where everyone saw and everyone knows of his sacrifice. Everybody. He, within that universe, is memorialized as the hero of the universe. That's who he is. Versus like Loki, when Loki went out, he went out in a way where he went out thankless. Like no one will ever know, except for the TVA, which is a thankless job in its own. No one will ever know of Loki's sacrifice. And Loki right now single-handedly has everyone's life in his fate. And he didn't just die. It didn't just go away with death. He is there for all eternity. So he has to live with that decision.
I just can't. I
up,
see
Impulse?
his character arc, right? I see his character arc and I respect it. I just don't know the end impact. Like we know what Tony's impact, as you said, he is the hero of the universe of 616 or 1999, whichever one you want to call it. He is the hero that killed Thanos. Whereas in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, that Doctor Strange was the hero who killed Thanos, and he was immortalized. He was made into statues and made a hero and all that. We don't know the extent of Loki's actions yet, and for that reason, I don't know if what if he regresses? What if he decides one day he's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be the king of stories and I'm gonna rewrite everybody's stories so that I fit into it how I wanted to. Now, I'm not saying that he will based on what has happened in season 2, but what if he does? What if for whatever reason in another universe or another multiverse, there's another Loki, right?
With the projection,
Secret Wars is going to kind of flesh out a lot of shit that has happened in
Secret Wars better give me what I want.
Bro, Secret Wars needs to be
what I fucking need.
Complete. And I think we get Kang Dynasty first, so we have to go through Kang Dynasty. We got to get that Fantastic Four reveal. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
there
fine
are
with
steps
all that.
to it.
I'm
There
okay
are
with
steps to
all
it,
with
but I
that.
think that we need to see what Loki's true end is, because right now he's just sitting on a throne and he's
Well, he plays,
controlling the
but
timelines.
He's not
But
controlling the
where's the
timeline.
threat?
He's just
Well, he's giving
maintaining the
life. Yeah, right.
yes.
He's maintaining life and giving life to the timelines. But where is the threat? Because Kang
Yeah.
is still a threat. Granted, he's 0-3 in the MCU right now. He is still a threat.
Yeah.
So
And
when we
this
see him fight the He Who Remains, or if we see him fight Immortus, that's when I think his character arc will be complete and we can have a true grade for him. Because right now we're in the
so
middle.
well. Also,
so this
but the question is still development. And for what Loki had, what we've seen Loki as when the first Avengers movie and the Thor movies to where he is now, the growth and development as far as his thought process, how he maneuvers and goes through everything it's like watching The Wolf of Wall Street. You have a young, humble man that literally went through life changing events that forced him
No, I
to.
agree.
So it's hard to say. So like I can say Tony had good character development and he carried the MCU. But when you're talking about a development of a character and being fleshed out, it still has more to come. I have to edge out Loki just by a tad bit, just because of what I saw and what I'm probably going to watch later on
And see,
today.
that's why I don't. That's why I don't, because Tony's arc is complete. We can successfully grade Tony's arc, in my opinion. We can't do that necessarily in the same manner with Loki. We have to
so
wait until we see Secret Wars and Kang
but this is
Dynasty.
my thing. The MCU has been very clear on who is returning. We didn't get a Loki will return. We have to assume that this is the end of his arc. And if you talk about what is his impact in the universe, literally everything that happens from this point out.
But I mean, if you
So
looked at
because
everything that happened lately in the fucking Marvels, I mean, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I still haven't seen the Marvels. I'm gonna go see the Marvels later today, but I still want to know where the threat is, because now Loki's this all-powerful being. Is Kang gonna be a threat to him? And if not, then why doesn't he just rewrite the story? That's what I'm saying. Like, in order
because
for
he's
this to
developed and
work,
doesn't want to rewrite the story.
I'm saying in order
You
for
didn't
this to
consider,
work,
but you didn't consider the conversations he had with Sylvie and the conversations he had with Mobius.
I'm
Sound
talking
like
idea
an
about
Aaron
I'm
Yeager to me.
no,
the idea is for him to give them freedom. Did
no,
you not
I'm
see
saying
how
that's fine that he's giving them freedom, but I'm talking
It's
about
good,
the Kang
iconic.
variants. The
what up,
Kang
Icon?
variants is the problem. The Kang variants are what's threatening the multiverse. The Kang variants are the ones that should be the ones that challenge Loki in his all-powerful form. And if they don't, then what was the point of all of this character development other than to finally sit Loki on his throne
Mo, he is the.
and
If you
then
watch the show,
move
he
him
is.
out of the MCU? If
But
we move Loki out of the MCU, there was no point to giving him all this power.
What's up,
And
Nightwing?
there ends his character arc.
What's up,
but at the same time, outside forces may derail seeing Kang though, so we can't. That's
Yeah, we
that
know.
yeah. So we
We
can't
know.
that's unfair in a sense on his end as well.
I think we're still going to get Kang and Kang Dynasty. Things in Secret Wars may change, but Kang Dynasty will still be about Kang. Now, whether it's Jonathan Majors is a toss up, because Kang has variants. We've seen
Man,
Lizard
Jonathan
Kang.
Major is
We've
too
seen
good, man.
I mean,
yeah.
it depends on what happens in his trial this coming week. I think it's this coming week.
It's supposed to this week or next week, but for sure.
Yeah, it's like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's going to depend on what happens. And I get it, Mobius or Magnus. He's the anchor of the multiverse. Yeah, but Kang is actively trying to take it over and destroy it. So where is the threat? I mean, obviously that's the threat, but like where is Loki going to go from here? Is he going to just sit on the throne the entire time, or is he going to actually go out, find the multiversal Avengers?
He cannot
That's
leave.
Exactly.
So
That's the
so
end
I
of his
think
character arc.
yes, it's the end of his character arc,
And it
which
shouldn't
is
be. It shouldn't
but
be.
why? Like we literally see him as he grabs a thread of time and it illuminates, and then he lets it go and it dies again.
Yeah.
That moment, that piece of storytelling, no script at all, lets us know that if he leaves that throne, the every timeline in the multiverse will fall apart.
Well, so the threat is the
That-
destruction of timelines. That's the threat in itself of not being able to maintain something like that's a threat because it's maintenance. So that because it could be catastrophic in a way it affects a lot of lives. He maintains that. Now, if you're looking at someone like a villain, then I get what you're saying 100% because again, Tony had Thanos. Loki is supposed to have Kang the Conqueror. He's supposed to have him. And I 100% agree and I see what you're saying, but to say there's no threat maintaining a timeline.
I'm just saying there's no initial threat to Loki other than Kang. And if Kang is being written away, or even if Kang is 0-3 in the MCU, right? Where is Loki going to stand against this multiversal threat that is supposed to be Kang? Kang is supposed to be the big bad. Kang is supposed to be the Thanos of Thanos. You know what I'm saying? And I
No,
just
but,
I
hey,
don't see
so
Loki being able to help here.
Kang
Kang
is
can't keep Thanos.
Kang is keeping Dr. Doom's seat warm, and we all know it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mhm,
I mean,
Say
exactly.
it's not Doctor
He's- say
Doom.
that.
Give it's like a pimp named Slickback. You say the whole thing. Say
Victor Von Doom. Okay?
no, his real villain name. God
that's still not
Well,
Emperor
you?
Doom. Say
We
it
don't know
with
if
me
they're
now.
going that route yet. I would love them to go that route, but what we
I don't
know
know.
for sure is Kang is not the big villain.
Nah,
He is
Emperor
keeping
Doom
Dr.
is.
Doom's seat warm. That is what
Doctor
he's doing.
Doom, I don't think Doctor Doom will be, unless they make the changes because of what's going on with Jonathan. I don't think that Doctor Doom will be the big bad in this phase. I think that Kang
The next
is
phase,
the
I
big
see.
bad
No,
of this
no,
phase.
not in this phase,
Yeah.
but this phase, like as we get into, because I know this is supposed to be like phase 5 or whatever, but let's call it what it is. Because after
Kang's the
Endgame, we
threat.
went back to phase 1.
Can we?
So once like it,
I mean, after
I can
this phase,
see.
we're going back to phase 1. We're
Well,
getting
no,
a
this
soft
is phase
reboot.
1. We're essentially rebuilding the MCU. But
Well,
as
no,
we get into
we're going to get a soft reboot. We're going to get a new Captain America and a new Iron Man here soon.
we already have a new Captain America and a new Iron Man.
Well,
Sam
a new
Wilson
Tony
is already
Stark.
a thing. We
We're gonna
already
get a
have
new-
I'm
Riri.
gonna lie,
We're
I
gonna
was
get a
mad
new
about
Black
that,
Panther
that
and a
Tony
new-
Stark ending,
what's his
bruh.
face?
But we also have to remember also
The only timeline where they win is where Tony Stark's is not there.
well, it makes sense. But also we have to remember I know the end credits of the
I
Marvels.
bet you who wrote that was a
so-
man. I'm tired of these men writers.
So
Which I heard that ending is supposed to set shit off.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
that's
And
what I'm
I
hearing, too.
know the ending. I know the ending. And so
What's wrong, baby?
Deadpool
This is
people
so
when I say this, Deadpool is I think going to play a significant role in the next phase in the MCU just because of who's in it and the characters that's in it. Because what happened at the end of Marvels, the Marvels is what we're essentially about to get in Deadpool. So
I mean, the mutants are here. I mean,
Yeah.
well, the mutant that showed himself is the one that plays a role because this is no insignificant mutant. This ain't no random ass Iceman or cat nigga. This is the man
Oh
himself.
yeah.
Okay, so
You
this is
talking
not.
about the big.
Yeah,
talking about
okay.
Big
This
Blue.
ain't no insignificant ass mutant.
Oh.
This is the political
You
man
talking about Big
himself.
Blue.
Yeah, this is the
Yes,
political
sir,
man.
the real McCoy.
Yeah.
The real motherfucking McCoy.
Okay.
The old motherfucking McCoy.
so Beast pops up at the end though.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got a cameo towards the
It's a
end,
cameo,
but,
so
I
like
forgot
this
about
ain't no
that.
insignificant mutant.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
in Deadpool
Yeah.
we have Wolverine, we have Hugh Jackman. Shout out to Nick Perry for showing the video on his Facebook first of Ryan Reynolds talking to Hugh
Oh,
Jackman.
Nick, chill.
I look. Everyone knows.
Dude.
The memory came up, so I'm there. But it's
Yeah.
going to play a huge role. So if we get the mutants are involved with the Secret Wars. That gives us
Yeah,
Doctor
we know
Doom.
that.
Yeah, and so I mean,
Mhm.
I was about to say Final Fantasy. Fantastic Four has to hit well for everything to progress. Because just like 0-3 with Kang the Conqueror, I ain't have yet seen a good Fantastic Four movie.
I don't think it's gonna be good, bro, because
I think
they're
the first one
apparently
was
gonna
kind of
be.
decent. The first one was good.
Rewatch it now and then come back to me later with your full-on 3-page paper on why that shit's ass. Talk to me later. I love you. Go ahead, Sean.
I don't know if that shit's gonna be good, because the way that I'm hearing they have it set up is that the Fantastic Four are in a universe on their own with no other heroes. The only way I see them even remotely getting this corrective is if they, for whatever reason, Deadpool causes an incursion or something for their universe, and then they have to get saved by Loki and the TVA to come to the Battle World universe that either Kang or Doctor Doom will create in Secret Wars. Like, there's a lot of timely, wibbly, wobbly goo that's gonna be happening when it comes to
Hey, can we stop
Fantastic
saying that,
Four.
man?
Yeah,
Gibbly gobbly goo.
it's goo.
The gooba the bobba the boo.
Goo.
That's
Timely,
gibberish.
wibbly, wobbly goo.
I don't like it. Stop it. Gosh.
But yeah, Fantastic Four is 0-3. They literally are 0-3.
They're
Ray. I
shit,
agree.
like-
They are
I think-
bad. They have bad movies.
I
That's
think
Fox,
the
so.
only way that Fantastic Four is going to work on screen is they're going to have to recreate them. Similar, and I hate to say this because I feel like they did kind of drop the ball with Miss Marvel, but
Mhm.
it's essentially they're going to have to kind of put like a Miss Marvel spin on it, because like one, like stretchy abilities always look a little sketchy on screen. So
Yep.
a lot of movies are already really nervous about that anyway. But just like the whole fire guy, rock guy, invisible girl, it is really a product of its time. So I think that they have to play it smart, and they have to do it in a way that is very modern. I think the initial reveal of what that looks like is probably going to ruffle some feathers. But
It
like,
apparently is being done by the same guy that did Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which I think is awesome.
I
It
love
will give it a
Always Sunny.
fresh take. If it's got
Yeah.
some comedy to it, it'll definitely give it a fresh take. I'm
who's
really excited to
supposed to do it?
potentially the guy that did
Always
the
Sunny.
same writer that did Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. I did see that actually.
I think that's gonna be dope. But from what I'm hearing about the multiverse and the future of the MCU is Spider-Man is the chosen one, and that's like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and Tom
Make
Holland
Andrew,
Spider-Man.
make
I don't
Andrew,
buy that.
make
Leave
Andrew
it.
Garfield,
Fantastic Four to pass is crazy.
make Andrew great again. Give my
Please.
nigga proper writing.
Andrew is supposedly gonna show up somewhere in Venom 3. So
Yeah, I don't buy all of this, man. Like,
I mean,
I think
it's up in the air. It's up in the air. They can literally do whatever they want. And because Marvel only has one movie coming out in 2024, this is the time to kind of like revamp stuff and
I can
make things
agree
what
a good one
Yeah.
they
movie.
need it to be.
I mean, the one movie that's coming out is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, absolute rumors.
Yeah, so it's
Absolute
like
yeah,
rumors.
like I'm not buying none of that shit, man. Like I'm not like Tobey Maguire popping up doesn't make sense. Like they're gonna reach across the universe
I
again
think that
to
a
bring in
Spider-Man is gonna
like,
die. I think that there's gonna be a variant of each of the main characters in Secret Wars that dies, because there's supposed to be like two Spider-Men, different types of the Fantastic or different characters of the Fantastic Four universes are supposed to come in. It's supposed to be like a whole in-game type of deal, right? They want this to be, oh my God, this is the biggest catastrophe that's happened to the MCU to date. So they're going to want to bring a bunch of different characters from a bunch of different timelines and make it make sense with the Sony Marvel merger. And so that's why they're bringing back Hugh Jackman. They're bringing back Patrick Stewart. They're trying to get
all of
Halle
them are from
Berry
Fox though, not
Storm.
Sony.
Yeah,
No, leave
from
Holly
Fox. My
Berry
bad, not
Storm
Sony.
where she's
They
at.
want Halle
God,
Berry Storm back.
no,
They want Venom.
no.
They want Venom. They
No.
want the Eddie Brock Venom from Spider-Man 3. They want
Gross.
who
Spider-Man
else?
3.
Come on.
They want
Disgusting.
they want Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Pratt and Captain America. They want all them to come back, and then they're going to have variants of those individuals as well. So like they have a lot of stuff that they're trying.
They got a
it
wish
sounds like
list.
a wish list. It doesn't. It does,
wish
doesn't
list.
it? It sounds like a
It
freaking
is a
wish
wish list.
list.
I don't
bro.
buy none of this shit, bro. You know what this sounds like to me?
They want to bring
This
it all
sounds-
together.
This sounds like to me like when before Multiverse of Madness came out, how people were saying that the X-Men and Jean Grey was in it, and Tupac was gonna be found in Cuba, like you know what I'm saying? OJ Other
But
Glove
they
was
did
in one
have
of
the
the
X-Men to an
universes.
extent. They had the
Like-
old yellow wheelchair and there was supposed to be somebody there, but they switched them out for Mordo. I cannot remember who was supposed to be in Mordo's place, but it wasn't supposed to be Mordo on the Illuminati. It was supposed to be somebody else. I think like a Tom
What do you
Cruise
think, Lady Gunner?
version of Iron Man, like the superior Iron Man or something like that was supposed to be there, but they couldn't
I don't
get.
think that was ever a
They couldn't
thing.
get the COVID test. They couldn't get the COVID test, and they couldn't get the shooting because he was also doing Mission Impossible.
I
So
don't
they
believe that
couldn't
shit
get
neither,
that.
man. I don't believe that neither, man. I did hear about that. I don't believe
Venom from Spider-Man 3 can stay pruned.
Yeah, super prudent. Like I'm talking his ass to the end of
I think these
time.
are just gonna be cameos, though. As far as fighters, I know Spider-Man is there, and
it sounds to
Fantastic
me
Four
like
is
they're
there.
trying to turn this into the Flash movie.
I think they want it to be the Secret Wars that was in the animated series. That's what
I
I
don't
think.
want it. Look,
I like what
dual
Sony's
major
doing.
villains.
Just give it to Insomniac and let it tie in. Everything else.
There we go.
Man.
Look, so speaking of Insomniac, let's
doing
move
it.
on because we could do this all day.
But-
Perry, what have you been playing, man?
Oh, okay. So we're going to that segment. Everyone.
Yeah.
The reason
Because
why
I'm done with this wish list foolish.
Yeah, right. This is
Done
wish
with
list. I'm not here to speculate.
But Baldur the Brave, though.
I'm not here to speculate.
I'm right on the server view button, Sean. Try me if you want to.
But yes, we are in that segment of why we really been going. Though there's been good anime, there's been phenomenal manga, and though there's been one hell of a time in TV shows. The reason why us Blerd Lines Media has been gone because video games have not stopped coming out, and it takes time to get through a lot of these stories
My
to have
meat is
full.
raw when it comes to these video games.
Man, I'm talking about it has been stressful. So to answer G's question, as of right now, I've been playing 2 games that I think are tied for my game of the year, and not just like games I consider game of the year. These are 2 actual game of the years. Number 1, Baldur's Gate 3 that I finished last night. Great game.
Oh, you finally beat it, huh?
Yeah, bro. I thought we had 2 hours left. We had 5.5 hours left of gameplay.
Oh, so you was up till I got home.
No, we started when you seen Ryan's stream start. We didn't finish till about 1. It's some change.
Oh, so you were playing with Ryan?
Okay.
Yeah.
While we were watching
watching the fight. Yeah. We like when the fight was on. Bro, I'm talking about it was rough. Well, we was towards the end, so we was like, I gotta wrap this up, and then like there's some things that happen, and I got a lot of trophies, and this might get a platinum run. Like this game might get a platinum run.
Yeah, it was only rough because y'all didn't have a bad biddy like Storm to rock out 300 damage in a round.
No, sir. Karlak and Miguel, we did that. We wrecked shit. But Ryan and Shadowheart, their combo was ridiculous. But there was a lot of things I did in that game. I got the armor from Raphael that I always wanted, the Hellbringer armor. That was phenomenal, and I got the giant slaying sword. So that was something I always wanted. We was able to achieve that. There's like the storytelling behind that game was great. So Baldur's Gate 3 was wrapped up, and I'm going to finish with you guys too. Giant slaying sword is mine. Don't even fucking try it. And 2,
I don't want it.
Alan Wake 2 has been surprisingly my fucking favorite game so far outside of Baldur's Gate 3. Sean can attest. I was screaming in this nigga's ear on how many jump scares that happened.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. It wasn't screams of pleasure. It was screams of fear.
Pause.
Pause again. But yeah, those two have been the games that have really gotten me tied in. And third is of course Lies of P. But that's been tied up as far as my gaming, man. I have been damn tied, like for real. So that's what
Yeah.
I've been on.
That's what. Personally, I've been at Disney World this entire time.
Yeah, Mr. Disney is what I'm gonna start calling you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been at
outside of
Disney World
Disney,
this
you've been
entire
playing
time.
games.
No, I've been at Disney
No,
World.
no, he's been at Disney World. His name is
Like,
Mr.
for the
Disney.
for the last 2 months. I've just been at Disney World. That's where I've been.
Fair enough.
Just doing Disney things. I had lunch with Cinderella. Had drinks with Scar. That nigga's crazy. No, but dead ass. It's been a while. What have I been? Really, what I've been playing the most lately is Metal Gear Solid, which a few of y'all pulled up the stream, so y'all kind of already know. Trying to convince myself to go back to finish my platinum for Metal Gear Solid 1,
Do it.
but there's some things there that make that trophy, the final trophy I need, extremely annoying.
Do it.
No, you
So
rage.
I'm on the fence about it.
Do it.
Yeah,
saw
I raged as much as Greg will rage over again. I absolutely did. And it wasn't because it was undoable. It's because, so in this game, they have a trophy. Like if you play Metal Gear Solid 1, they have VR missions. There are there's about, I think, maybe about 50 or 60 missions in the game. Oh my god. Someone's at my front door. Let's see who it is. Oh, it's one of the children. I'll be right back. Somebody else do stuff.
Okay.
We were talking about games of the year.
Well, no, games that we've been playing, and then we can get in game of the year conversation. But what games you've been playing? Demigod Sean.
Most recently, Spider-Man 2. I will say, I need to get back into my Armored Core bag because I'm almost done with it. I want to play some more of that. I do want to finish Alan Wake 1 before I go into Alan Wake 2.
Watch the fucking YouTube videos and get in this goddamn game.
No, I want to finish the first game before I do that. But I will say Phantom Liberty, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty is fun. It is fun. I bought the DLC. I think I'm like halfway through right now. Okay. So there's definitely been a lot of good games. I did Platinum Miles Morales before I started Spider-Man 2, so that was fun.
Shit.
Took me probably 22 hours or something like that.
Excuse me.
Trying to think, what else have I been playing?
I really wanted to get Spider-Man 2. I feel like they should have made it multiplayer.
Like, what? No, that would have turned it into fucking.
One person played Peter Parker, and the other person played.
That would have turned.
I feel like they did like multiplayer co-op
right into Gotham Knights.
I feel like it would have been lit.
You would have had the Avengers game, and you would have been pissed. You would have had the
just two people. Avengers was
fire.
Spider-Man has a story. Avengers, they had missions. Like that was terrible. That was terrible.
No,
that was a 2-star. Spider-Man, I feel like they had co-op, and your friend can jump in. You can choose to play by yourself, or a friend can jump in and do the story.
When you get into it, you're gonna see why they kept it single player. For real. Like when you do start playing it, I don't know if you've seen any video on it, but watching video and playing it, it's a world of difference. When you start playing it, you'll see why they're like, nah, we're gonna keep it single player, because of the way that the transitions happen and the way that like some of the finishing moves happen when you do have multiple people in the same vicinity. it goes, and it goes because it's single player. If it was multiplayer, it would be just like Gotham Knights.
And you hated that game.
Is boo boo.
And you hated that game,
That
Lady
game is
Gunner.
boo boo.
I hated that game because of the story and how they did Batman twice. The second, just like Aaron Yeager, he didn't have to die that second time. He chose to. He chose for that event to happen.
Avengers was ass mode. Stop giving trash games a good name. That shit was terrible.
Yeah, the only.
Hold on, I muted you, Greg, because the dogs were barking. I muted you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. What are we giving grace to?
The Avengers.
What are we talking about?
Yeah. What Avengers?
The latest
Gotham
Avengers.
Knights. We giving grace to Gotham Knights. We said Gotham Knights was
Gotham Knight is ruined its Avengers.
We said Gotham Knights was an 8.
I like Gotham Knights more than Avengers, but Gotham Knights is still.
It's a certified 8.
So
it wasn't even an 8. It was like a 4 to me.
The Avengers could have been the Avengers had it just been a single player experience, could have been a solid 8.5 if they just focus, because the main campaign was good.
I love playing with friends, but I'm a big story person game. Like Baldur's Gate is perfect for me.
But you know what?
But it's perfect. I feel like Avengers put more story and less mission.
But Baldur's Gate is it's built for multiplayer. It's built for that type of gameplay. So
they did Avengers like that. That would have been way better than Gotham Knights.
But you saying that you love multiplayer games and you always want to play with your friends is the reason why Avengers ended up the way that it is. Because it is. Check this out. These corporations don't understand the nuance. They know multiplayer makes money. So when the single player campaign came out, because that was made for the ground up, it's Dungeons and Dragons, and Dungeons and Dragons is a core multiplayer experience.
Yes.
This is the difference. Yeah. When Square Enix said they wanted to make an Avengers game, the reason the main campaign was fire and it was single player is because that's what they wanted to make. When the shareholders and the corporate environment got a hold of it, they said, hey, people love multiplayer and games of service make a lot of money. Do this on your single player, but everything else needs to be dumped into a multiplayer experience.
Yep.
That's why it ended up that way. Why do you think even Rocksteady, the masters of the superhero game, the people that paved the way for those amazing Spider-Man games we love so much, why do you think they went from making Arkham Knights to an Arkham City and Arkham Asylum to now Suicide Squad, and then also their cousin company shitting out Gotham Knights? Is because they are trying to cash in on multiplayer, and not everything needs to be multiplayer
at all.
Okay, it sounds like they need to take a page from Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate is multiplayer.
No,
they did perfectly on the story. Same.
Those are different engines,
but no, not even engines. Lady Gunner, you're missing the.
That's a difference.
Hold on. Have your moment. Have your moment.
My thing is, you can make a fantastic multiplayer game. Army of Two was 2 people, and the story was amazing, and the multiplayer joining co-op was amazing. You can make a multiplayer game.
Yeah, the first
one. The second one was good too.
It wasn't.
The second one was okay.
It was
no. Let her finish her thought. Let her finish her complete thought, so I can end her career like I end China's.
You are one sick person. You know that. I'm going to end you one day. I'm going to end you one day.
It seems like we all spicy.
Back to my conversation. I was saying there are good multiplayer games out there with story that don't have to be as Gotham Knights and Avengers, because they was the first ones from. Because they was the first ones, I'm gonna let them slide. They wasn't good. I spent $60 pre-ordered. They the ones that made me stop pre-ordering certain games. But there are good multiplayer games with good story out there.
But you also have to remember,
Gotham Knights isn't one of them.
But hold on. But no. Lady Gunner, you're taking a genre of a game into a aspect of a single player experience that don't match. Dungeons and Dragons is built off of multiplayer experience. That is the core of Dungeons and Dragons. It is a communal based experience where you have the leader, what's his name? Not this Dungeon Master.
The
Dungeon Master.
game
The
master.
Dungeon Master.
Dungeon
Yeah.
Master,
the-
and
yeah.
you have everyone else. That is D&D. When you have these superhero games, it's better to have that single player experience simply
So
because
the
you.
Justice League isn't a group.
Hold on.
of...
I'm not done. I'll let you have yours.
Okay.
Let me end you. These are single player experiences. These are Spider-Man. You want to be just Spider-Man. I don't want to share my experience with anyone else because I'm fucking Peter. I'm fucking with Peter, or I'm fucking with Miles. I don't need that experience. The story development, the back and forth is for single player gameplay. It's not for multiplayer. It doesn't need to be that. Just because people enjoy multiplayer, it does not need to be executed to be multiplayer, because you have to understand how they want to do the story is not going to correlate in good game development. D&D
It all
was
starts
easy.
in the production,
Yeah.
right? When they sit down and they say, "Okay, I want to make a superhero game," the first thing I think that development studios think about is whether it's going to be single player or multiplayer.
Yeah,
Because
that should be the very first
that
thing.
determines the engine that they're going to use for the game, right? That determines all the mechanics.
The environment design.
Exactly. That determines everything. So when you go in mid-production of a game and say, "Okay, we're going to turn this into multiplayer," I think that's how you get games like The Avengers and games like Gotham Knights. I think that when a game when you start talking about multiplayer in the superhero realm, one thing that I look at personally is DC Online. DC Online has been active for 10 years now.
Yeah, 10, 15 years. Yeah, it came out on PS3.
Yeah, it came out on PS3. It is a multiplayer live service game where individuals can be not only superheroes that we know and love, but create our own version of those characters as well. That didn't start off great. I don't know if y'all remember, but DC Online was free for like 3 years. They didn't make a dime off of that game until they started coming out with all like the multiplayer packs and the season player packs and all of that. And even then, it was still iffy because the community had such a burnout from the first 2.5-3 years of DC Online. So they just started making money in that multiplayer realm. And that's because I think they started off saying, "Hey, we're going to do this as a multiplayer. Yes, there's going to be some story-driven aspects of it, but the name of the game is for it to be a multiplayer production." And if you don't start it off like that and you just come in the middle and are like, "Okay, we got the story down. Let's add in some more characters. Let's let them do multiplayer and do all this other stuff," that's when you start to break down the production of your game.
So you know what that sound like? Development fault. They should have started.
That is not development.
That's
It's
not
too many
development,
people
though.
in
They don't
Avengers.
make
It's too many people
They
in.
don't make those decisions all the time. That's
Okay,
what we're saying.
So, Lady Gunner, this is what you have to realize. While video games are art, just like you, okay, think about this, like with the Snyder Cut, right? You saw the Justice League
Man.
Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
So Zack Snyder had an idea of what he wanted his movie to be. He had it written a certain way. I'm pretty sure he co-wrote it as well. He shot the movie a certain type of way. But despite what happened with his daughter, he probably would have had the studio come in anyway. It's because that's what they do. Once the studio sees what's being worked on, what happens is the higher ups, the executives, the shareholders look at it, and then they look around at industry trends, because the producers and such are the people that put the money in. So what makes most sense to them is that they get the money that they put in back and some. So
Yep.
they're going to look at that movie and say, all right, well, the MCU has some jokes in it and people are laughing. Seems to be doing really good. We need to lighten up the tone a bit. Let's take out a couple deaths. Let's put in a couple one-liners here. Then they're going to look around some more and they're going to say, you know what? There's this tone of a signature blue all without the Avengers movie. Let's find a signature color of our own. This movie needs more color in it. And before you know it, after they do that 100 times over, the movie ends up being something different. And it's the same thing with games. That's why these
Reverse
games,
Flash.
yeah, dead ass. But that's what happens with games as well. And that's why we say independent games are so important, because they don't have a big brother over their shoulders that says, hey, this
Mhm.
game over here made $1 billion over the last 5 years because they put in multiplayer. You need to add multiplayer. But
I'm
when
gonna go
you
back and clip this because it sounds like you're pointing out the faults of the game development.
What would
That's not the
multiplayer bring?
developer.
What would
We need a
multiplayer
big
bring?
brother then.
No. What would multiplayer bring to
See, this is
Spider-Man? What would
so.
be the benefit
No,
for
I'm not even
multiplayer?
gonna get there
It
yet
only got to be 4
because
people. The
He
co.
said
I
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna
if
get there
you
yet.
had one person playing Peter Parker and one
But
person
what's
playing
the benefit?
Symbiote, what's the benefit?
What's the benefit?
Right.
What
Fun.
is the gain
Fun.
of?
I would play that game
There's
if it
more
had
fun where I
co-op
can play
and
by myself. But what is the
I'm playing
benefit?
by myself. Listen, there is no benefit. It's your viewers and your people who spend
said
$60,
there's no
$70 on this fucking game benefit. If I spend $70 on this game and Sean is ahead of me and he's playing Peter Parker, shit, I'm gonna jump in that symbiote, and if he's ahead of me, I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna play. We're gonna be doing mad ass combos together. Versus, I can
I
play the
feel
game by
that.
myself.
But see how that
But
worked
I
out for
do feel
Gotham
that.
Knights? You see how the multiplayer aspect of Avengers was the worst part of the game?
But they had, first of all, they had too many people. The story was like so buried underneath the multiplayer. I didn't get to enjoy the story. It's more like punch and slash and get to the objective, and then people leaving you.
But
Like it wasn't fun as fuck. But
that's what happens when you have a multiplayer game. You have to have goal-based achievements instead of
Yep.
narrative-based achievements.
Yep.
Because
it's not
because the
same.
game design and philosophy at that point has to be different. Think about it. When you're playing single player Spider-Man 2 and you're going up against Giant Sandman, and there's
I
a
would
portion
like to
in
have Sean
look,
come
well,
out
hold
the
on.
cut.
But look, this is what I'm saying though. There's a portion of the game where you have to hit Sandman and with what was it, the water tanks or whatever, like
Yeah.
3 times,
Yep.
and then it cues in the next cutscene.
The next
But
phase of the entire fight. Yeah.
but the gameplay philosophy says if this is a multiplayer experience, maybe now we can't design this around a single aspect of, oh, you got to hit them with the water, then you got to do this, because now we got to say, what if they're playing with strangers? What if they're playing with someone that can't communicate? Can we
Whoever
put a
does
ping
the
system in
last
this
tank
game?
should do
Maybe,
the
but we,
narrative.
but
Let me
but
shut up.
we,
Sorry, let me
but
mute
if
myself.
you don't, if you're playing with someone who cannot communicate, there's no way that you can get that done effectively. So
It's just as
now,
frustrating as Destiny.
yeah. So then it becomes frustrating. Yeah. And then think about this. Now you're doing a fucking raid from Destiny inside of your Spider-Man 2 in the opening scenes of the game. And now you're frustrated. Now, oh my God, I'm playing with this guy. He doesn't have a mic. He can't throw water on him. So now I can't shock him. I've been stuck on this first boss for an hour.
So I think there's a couple different
So, hold on.
aspects we need to kind of tackle.
So look, so then what happens is, because now we have to redesign the philosophy of this particular portion of the game, we're going to have something like a goal base instead of a narrative base. So what they're going to do is, all right, Sandman has a health bar. Once you get him down to 75% health left, we're going to cue the cutscene. Now, is that as dynamic as, all right, let's splash this water on him, have a dope ass scene where we have Miles fly through the city, we transfer to him without a loading screen, he flies back in and shocks the shit out of the wet Sandman? No, you have to change the entire philosophy. And this is what we're trying to say. We all love multiplayer games. We all love multiplayer games. But there's a difference between when a developer goes out to make a narrative experience that ends up being multiplayer because the big wigs say it needs to be, versus when a developer goes out to create a multiplayer game. That's all we're saying.
You wouldn't necessarily make God of War a multiplayer game.
And they did, and it was the worst God of War in the series.
Right.
Remember God of War Ascension?
I'm talking about the new one though. But yes, God of War Ascension is currently the worst God of War.
And why was it? Because Sony said at the time, hey, multiplayer games are popular. Put multiplayer in there.
That was towards the end of the PS3, beginning of the PS4
And
lives.
what happened with that? It led to the entire series being rebooted.
Correct.
There's a difference between making a multiplayer game and making a game that multiplayer gets added into. That's all I'm saying.
My point though was they wouldn't make the new God of Wars, God of War Ragnarok, God of War 4. They wouldn't make them multiplayer, even though you can play as Atreus. They wouldn't make them multiplayer because of the philosophy of the game. If they did do that, right, it would be because either it was correct in their philosophy for their new IP or whatever.
I mean, but even at that point, the whole philosophy of this being a one-cut experience that never has a cut in it,
right,
is not going to happen in a multiplayer game.
Not going to happen in a multiplayer.
So now the whole narrative perspective has changed.
Or if they end up doing that because of the marketing bigwigs and the executive producers and those individuals who actually pay the game developers for making the game, I think that they often step in, and that's what Greg was trying to say earlier with I think
with the movie
Avengers and with the movie and with the Justice verse. That's what they did when Zack Snyder had his tragedy happen to his family. That all of the executives scrambled and said, "All right, who do we need to get? Who's a hot director?" They
literally got the guy that directed the Avengers movie.
That directed the most recent Avengers movie, because that Avengers movie did numbers, and he butchered what Zack Snyder had already put into play. He literally butchered it, changed the color palette, changed all of the jokes, sexualized characters that didn't need to be sexualized, made things in the game that, or in the movie, that didn't need to even happen, changed complete character designs. All of that shit changed because the bigwig stepped in after frantically prancing around like they're like a chicken with their head cut off. If they had never stepped in, the DCEU would probably still be alive and thriving. I'm not saying it would do more numbers than the MCU, but I think that the dark and gritty universe of what DC is, and they've always been, look at the old Batman movies. Yeah, they're a little bit funny, but they're also killing people in those movies. The Jack Nicholson ones, the George Clooney ones, like, they're all still dying. That it is still a dark place. You know what I mean? So with them coming in and changing all that,
Eddie Gunn gonna kill us.
Literally changing the philosophy of the project, they shot themselves in the foot. And that's what we're trying to say when it comes to these video games, is these production companies, these game developers, they know what they want to do. But then when those executive producers come in and those individuals who own the development companies and own the systems and stuff that we play on, when they step in and they start money grabbing, it's a disaster for everybody, because then nobody really has fun.
Right. Let me.
Really, let Lady Gunner. Like,
no. Before she goes, because I want to just kind of do this real quick. This is very quick. So you at your job, you install AC units, right?
AC, toilets, refrigerators, whatever you need, I got.
So, ooh, look at it. Right. So think about it this way. So, are you usually, because you're doing residential units, so I would assume you were doing single fan unit ACs when you install them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way that you have to look at like adding in multiplayer into games where the creators did not intend for multiplayer to be in the game is like this. Imagine you get an emergency call to install a new AC, right? In the middle of the summer. So no biggie, you know you on call. You put on your big boy maintenance woman pants. You head out the door. You got your tools. You have the AC unit halfway installed, right? And your manager calls you and says, "Hey, I just got a call from my boss that we need you to install a double fan unit to this apartment so we can charge them more for rent." Now, on your end, you know that it's not going to fit in the cement block without moving the other AC units out the way. And two, the infrastructure of the building is not going to handle a double fan unit, even if they're probably going to make a little bit more money.
I probably would have been far. Here's the thing about Lady Gunner, Lady Kagura, and
Hold on, but wait.
No, let her go.
Before you get there, but this is my thing because this is your boss, and they sign your checks. You say, all right, man. I'll just put the double fan unit in, right? So you put the double fan unit in, and a week later, once the people move in, they call you and say, "Hey, man, something's wrong with my air."
It's been a whole 3 hours.
Is that your fault, or is that your boss's fault because you already told him?
100% my boss' fault.
Boom, there you go.
So if
multiplayer, if that is the same thing when someone says we're creating a single player game, and the bosses, the big wigs say, "Nah, bro, the investors want this to be multiplayer. We know that y'all are 3 years in creating a single player game."
I'm not taking blame from Avengers and Gotham Knight. Okay, I need to stop putting it on the developers. Then I'm gonna put it on the big wigs. It's Dave fucking fault. Y'all,
that's all.
That's what we're looking for.
That's all.
It's
we in there.
Don't blame the developers.
They just do whatever. I read the Bungie thing. They just do whatever whoever's in the office who don't play their hands and look at the window says. Fine. Fine.
You gotta blame the fact.
But I want to hear
developers as much.
So, Lady Gunner, I'll ask you this: you want multiplayer because you enjoy multiplayer, not from a story aspect. You just want somebody to enjoy the game with.
Not all the time. Mass Effect is perfect by itself. Dragon Age is perfect.
Spider-Man is perfect by itself.
The first ones is perfect by itself, but they put symbiote next to Spider-Man. I'm not saying it has to be multiplayer, but I feel like
you would like the option.
A little more fun. Yeah.
So wait, did you play and beat Spider-Man 2?
No, I'm like halfway in. But I'm saying, like, even Baldur's Gate, you have the choice to make it closed. You can kick somebody. So say I'm playing with somebody who don't have no mic and keep messing up my game. Kick. Who's next? Or I can invite a friend. It's not that hard.
That again, Lady Gunner, these are two different genres of video games. Yeah. So you can't. So if it was like Baldur's Gate versus Infinite 2, comparing them, I will understand that. That's another Dungeon Dragon. Me and Ryan about to start here soon.
Yeah, I played those.
Yeah, we're going to start that here soon. That's a comparison. This is not a. This is a single player experience.
Apples to oranges.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it has to be, but I'm saying I personally.
No. I get what you're saying.
Feel like it would have been a lot more if I can invite my little brother or my nephew. My nephew loves Spider-Man. If I can invite him to come be Spider-Man and I be the bad guy, and then they got him doing the cutscene. It's not his, but I'm saying if he got the cutscene that I can come in there and be symbiote and start pop niggas and make Mary Jane give me the HD. Like,
this is why I'd be like, follow your heart. Follow your heart, Lady Gunner.
Follow your heart.
I swear I was kidding.
Or if I could be Spider-Man and somebody else, somebody else come in and be.
Don't let nobody tell you about your.
That's your whatever game you want in your universe.
I had the option. I love games where they give you the option.
You ain't about to change your opinion.
But think about this. But wait.
I spent $70 of my hard-earned money. It's my world. It's my game. Let me do what I want. Yes, it's a single player game.
Check this out.
But no. Lady Gunner, that is where you get wrong. This is where a lot of fucking consumers have this idea they control anyone that develops anything. You are investing. It does not matter. You are investing into a product that someone developed for you to experience. It is their artwork.
That's why I ain't buying. Take your game and go out there. Go out
this is what I'm gonna say. You said that you want games that give you the choice, right? So check this out. The way that this game works, you said you play parts of it. So there are parts of this game where, let's say it's multiplayer, because in the game, you can be Peter, and when Peter's there, sometimes it's Harry that's with you. Sometimes it's Mary Jane that's with you. Sometimes it's Miles. Sometimes it's Agent Venom.
But don't do all that.
So now we have to change the entire story of the game.
Before the game come out, yes.
But now you can't.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane dies anyway. We don't need her.
But now you can't tell the story that you want to tell.
Thank you for spoiling me. I haven't played the game yet.
I'm not. She don't die in the game. I'm just saying in the Marvel, she dies anyway. Mary Jane.
She dies in some comics, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But now you have to change the entire story.
Right.
Now it's
That's
not.
what we're trying to
Now
say.
it's not. Now it's not the same
The
game it
entire
was.
philosophy of what the game was supposed to be has to change when you're
I
moving
So
it from that
understand your
so
answer
multiplayer.
for
so you
logic
either
reasoning. I'm
She
just
just
saying
want,
from
you know what? At
Follow
the end
your
of the day,
heart, though.
follow your heart, Lady Gunner.
yes.
Follow your
I
heart.
understand you 100%. But for me,
Follow
I
your
feel
heart.
I will buy the game if I can play the game and I can invite Sean or Nick or Greg. Y'all come in here, y'all kick
Hey,
ass with me.
You
I'm gonna
would
have
never
fun. I
invite
do
me to
love
a
my
Spider-Man
yes.
Advance
it's
But
multiplayer.
still
that
the
day he's
fastest
done. Hey,
selling
if you don't be on that
PS5
multiplayer,
game
that
of all
means you
time.
don't be on it. That's you.
Lady
I
Gunner,
got
I
Days
love
Gone.
you.
I got my
Follow your
single
heart.
player games. I got
even without your
Cyberpunk. I
purchase.
got Assassin's Creed. I got my games I can play by myself. But if it's
Then you
a
have your
thick
games you can
ass,
multiplayer.
and I have my games that I would like multiplayer in.
I mean, honestly though,
I can't have a choice.
No,
What?
you have
Mace,
plenty of choices.
Mace, just
But
tell her
that's
she
what
lost, bro.
you said.
You follow your
follow
heart, baby.
your
You lost.
heart,
You
Madam
won, baby.
Gunn.
You
We
back.
love
We
you.
love you, Lady Gunner.
Oh no!
I get it. So with the everyone that we've been playing, that we've been discussing, the Game Awards is coming up December 7th, where we'll be doing a live reaction. Monday,
yeah.
tomorrow at 9 p.m. PT time, we are going to get the nominees in the categories being announced for the Game Awards. We will probably do a rundown of the games that are going to be on the list, but what I wanted to do today is go over probably two categories. Number one, the big wig, the game of the year. What do we think is going to be game of the year and be considered not our personal, but actually be game of the year? And probably another category as far
So
as
nominees, or what do we actually think is
nominees.
going?
I believe nominees, because we did the Golden Joystick Awards that just went past this week, and Baldur's Gate swept on a lot of categories, from story development, from artwork, from best studio, into game of the year. They swept this year.
So if you're talking about game of the year nominees, this is kind of a mixture of what I think is going to be there and what I think should be there. Because reality is, we've got a handful of games that really broke the mold for their respective genres. You have to talk about Baldur's Gate, of course, because it has revolutionized the way that RPGs are going to go from here on out.
Facts.
We have to talk about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
That's Derek. Hi, Derek. She's talking
right,
Derek.
because it has revolutionized open world gaming. We have to talk about, though I haven't gotten there yet, I hear that we have to talk about Alan Wake, because it's revolutionized storytelling again within games. That I don't know for myself yet. But then also as well, I really feel that Street Fighter 6 as well has really kind of revolutionized a lot of the things that, granted, Mortal Kombat 1 and Tekken 8 were too far in development by the time we found out what Street Fighter 6 was. But I would be shocked if by the time we got Tekken 9 and Mortal Kombat 2 or 12 or whatever the next one is going to be, I would be surprised if we didn't see a lot of the implementations, like the lobby system, maybe like reworking how some games do story mode within fighting games, the practice mode suite. I can see a lot of those things rolling over and being to other games. So that's my guess. I think if like nothing, like Street Fighter deserves a mention, but definitely like the first three, like there's no argument. Like those are probably gonna be in the conversation.
Sean?
Man, obviously Baldur's Gate. Well, I don't think Spider-Man will make it into this conversation, will it?
It will.
Which is crazy. I mean, it could.
I think it will.
I think it'll make it into the conversation, but I don't think it's gonna win. We'll say that.
Yeah,
I have a
I can see a nomination.
I can definitely see a nomination there. I can see a Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty nomination, even though it's a DLC.
That will be extra digital content that will be added in that category.
I think that deserves a mention. Honestly, I really do. The way that they turn Cyberpunk 2077 around, even before Phantom Liberty, I think that it deserves to be in the conversation. I don't think it will win, but I think that Phantom Liberty deserves to be in the conversation for the way that they've revolutionized this game and literally
DLC will never
breathe life into Cyberpunk.
Well, DLC's
Like,
never been added in Game of the Year. Like
no,
core.
I understand. I
Okay.
understand. I just for their sake and I think for the sake of the public, I think that it's a what's the word I'm looking for? I think that it deserves an honorable mention. Yeah, I think it. I really do. I don't think that Armored Core will get a nominee, even though I think it deserves one. I personally never played Armored Core, just like I never played Baldur's Gate, and I got into both genres, and I love them. I love them both. I really do. So I think for that reason, it also deserves a mention. And then, yeah, Street Fighter 6, and maybe Liza P. Liza P would probably be
That's a nice.
my round out. You know what I mean? As far as nominees go.
Lady Gunner, your games
Lady Gunner.
that you consider will be Game of the Year.
Corbin Dallas.
Nominees.
You said the game that I consider what?
The games that you believe will be nominated for Game of the Year tomorrow when the announcements.
Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, that's the only thing I bought. Probably Alan Wake would probably be horror game of the year. But Baldur's Gate definitely hitting the store. I feel like it's gonna get 2 awards. If it don't get 2 awards, then
Well, no,
everybody
not
gets
award winning,
$25
just
from it,
games
but
that you would consider nominees for Game of the Year. Not
definitely Baldur's Gate. That's it. New games that I bought is really Baldur's Gate and Lords of the Fallen might get like a little bit of contest in there, but not like Baldur's Gate genre contest.
Liza P is the superior Souls-like game.
So,
I ain't get that. Like,
are we talking about for nomination?
Yeah,
or
nomination.
Personal?
Yeah,
nominees.
Oh yeah, I don't think Lords of the Fallen that talk.
No, not even close.
like
Liza,
I feel like it's
Liza
gonna get
P.
mentioned. I feel like it's gonna. I ain't say over, but I feel like it's definitely gonna get mentioned. Like, if it don't get mentioned, $25 from me for everybody. But everybody
for Game of the Year. For Game of the Year,
let me give you my cash app.
Let
me give you my cash app.
Cash out me your cash app. If Lords of the Fallen don't get mentioned, then
no. A Game of the Year category. Game of the Year category.
Right now.
In Game of the Year.
I'm tagging you in my cash app.
Game of the
Year.
Picture of future on it.
So it has to be nominated for Game of the Year. Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Picture, music, animation, movement, anything, voice acting has to be.
I'm sending you my cash app right now.
Lady Gunner,
Hold
on.
Ain't nothing.
You know what I'm saying? That's a cool
Lady Gunner, I want you to know. Hold on, pause. Hold on, pause.
I like to smoke.
Hold on. Pause. I need specifics. I need this to be understood, Lady Gunner. I need you to understand this.
We beautifuls.
So for this, Lady Gunner, I need you to understand. For Game of the Year nominee, it needs to be nominated. We're not talking about mentioning the entire show. Hold on, unmute yourself in a second. But it has to be nominated in the Game of the Year category. Not the whole show, but Game of the Year category. Am I understanding that correctly? Hold on. Let me unmute you.
I got it.
Okay. Say that. Oh.
Why you mute me, bro? What'd I say?
Okay, God damn it, Greg. Now press it, Greg. You handle it. Lady Gunner.
Okay.
Greg is being petty.
It has to be. Not mentioned. It has to be nominated in Game of the Year.
I didn't say that. I said if it goes against Baldur's Gate, Liza P, and Final Fantasy 15, 16. It has to be mentioned.
No. And so not So in the Game of the Year. 16? No. So Lady Gunner, I'm saying
it's about Game of the Year.
Game of the Year nominee. So if it's mentioned in Game of the Year, not just regular conversation,
has to be in Game of the Year nominee.
Nominated, so it has to be nominated for Game of the Year. Okay, bet it has to be easy. I'll double or nothing. If it is nominated, I'll give you 50. I need that. That's easy work.
Yeah,
I need that.
I hope you got $75.
So I ain't fucking around. Easy work.
I said you. That ain't nothing in my pockets. I said you 50. 50, 25.
And you have to play me in Tekken 7.
Okay. You just want to beat me down into the ground.
Greg just
beat me. Yeah.
I sent mine too. I sent mine in a Discord. I'll send you a screenshot of it though.
Oh no, I'm sending mine
You know what
straight
I'm
to the.
saying? Because
Send
Go
it,
ahead,
send it in
go ahead,
Facebook. I'm
send them,
screenshotting
go ahead,
everybody's.
send them in the group chat so we all in
Yeah.
line. Can go through and hit every one of us. You know,
Because I need $25
I
right
can
now.
use.
You
I
know
can
what
use.
I'm saying?
That's tomorrow
we
morning.
need that.
That will be 12. That will be noon Eastern Standard Time. That will be 10 our time.
Noon Eastern
That will be 10
Standard
our time
Time.
pack, and it will be 9 p.m. PT time. So for me,
Understood, my
nominees, my opinion for nominees for Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. It's funny enough, no one mentioned it. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
No, he did.
Oh, I did mention it.
Okay,
I did mention
okay.
it.
I actually
did.
I seen a video of
Now,
Zelda people
my
crying.
real things I think gonna get mentioned in Game of the Year is either Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate 3.
You just gonna cut me off like that. I appreciate that.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. Let me mute myself.
No. You
I
go ahead. Go ahead.
apologize.
Do your
She
thing.
said,
No,
"Let me
no.
mute
You
myself."
was finished. I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh yeah, because when that 25 hit, girl, Lady Gun, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
let you
need
know.
that 25.
Nah, I'm just
I'm
messing
telling
with
you, gas is high right now, baby. Gas is
Right.
high.
That's
So
what I
I'll
was saying.
say-
That $25.
You know better.
So
than
I'll
that.
say Baldur's Gate,
Not at the Game Awards.
Alan Wake 2. I love Hogwarts, especially the trend that it had. It was definitely like a month and a half type of conversation. It definitely got
that was quicker than Starfield, bro.
no. The HBCU communities were loving, and they came up with a
that's
design.
true.
Oh yeah, they
so
went crazy.
It
That's
was a thing for a month and some change. So I love Hogwarts, but I don't think so. Final Fantasy 16, Resident Evil 4 remake, because it's a remake though, it changed a lot. I just because it's a remake, I just don't know about that. So I have mixed feelings.
Fair enough.
Let's see what else came out. I mean, just because they actually had a game that came out exclusive that shook the industry for about a week and some change, Starfield, that will be nominated. It ain't gonna win shit, but
Yeah, it won't win a damn thing.
those are the nominees that I think we're going to be up there. Spider-Man 2 as well, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to sweep a lot this year in a lot of different categories. But those are my nominees for Game of the Year.
Okay. Very quickly, something that I do want to go over is according to Metacritic, and I'm going to skip over some of the games that are re-releases, but these are the highest Metacritic rated games for 2023. I'll do maybe like the top 5. So we got 1 as Baldur's Gate with a 96.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 as Legends of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom with a 96.
Mm-hmm.
3 Alan Wake with a 94.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
Alan
got
Wake
Metroid
2.
Prime
That's my nominee.
Remaster. 4, well, that's kind of a remake, but it took liberty. So 4 is Resident Evil 4 with a 93. And then we have
Spider-Man had what,
we've got
91?
wait a minute. Goodness gracious. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way tie with with a 92 rating, and this is Slay the Princess, Cocoon, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Wonder.
Super
Then
Mario
followed
Wonder,
after
I
that,
can
we
see.
have Diablo and Sea of Stars, which was amazing.
I can see. I can actually see. I can actually see that for the 92s because I heard Cocoon was really good. I actually see from the Joystick Awards. So I actually seen a lot. It's going to be a good game of the year. Like this is going to be like the hardest award show to actually see like what wins because there's going to be a lot of heartbreaks. If Zelda doesn't sweep, I know the entire Nintendo community is going to cry and I'm going to laugh.
It's not going to sweep.
No, it's not going to sweep. It's not even going to win Game of the Year. No, it can win. It was definitely innovating. It got held back because of the engine. I mean, the hardware of the Nintendo Switch. But
that's why it's not going to win.
It's not going to win Game of the Year, but it can win a lot of different categories. It can win in other areas. That's for sure.
Maybe music or something, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just
Resident
I have
4 remake won 3 awards from the Joystick Awards in 2023 and a nominee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I just remakes for me are just like, I just as a remake because it's been
Yeah,
done.
because it takes a lot of liberties. It does. It's not a one-to-one remake.
Yeah,
It's very
Right.
similar, but it does take a lot of liberties.
I think
So.
I'm gonna start playing the Resident Evil 2 and 3
Mhm.
remakes.
2 was
And
great.
then I'll jump
2
into
was
4.
fun. I heard 3 wasn't so great.
It
But
wasn't.
I don't know.
People
for
didn't
sure.
enjoy 3. It was the bottom of the barrel, but it's so well.
After I get done with Alan Wake.
But with that being said, we've always going to go on, but we actually got everything we wanted to talk about out. There's going to be a lot of award shows going on this year. As far as, oh yeah, we're not going to kid ourselves. We know you're
absolutely
right.
right there, sir. Boulder
It's
Gates 3 sweeps.
and it's not
I
close.
think it's sweeping.
It's
I
sweeping in a
definitely think
lot
it's
of different
sweeping.
categories: voice acting, supporting characters.
Scary sweeps. Oh, no one's going to mention Diablo 4 simply for the fact of it's a dumpster fire.
Well, it now
It's
is
a dumpster fire.
no.
Sir.
Well, again,
Call it a spade a spade.
no, it's not a dumpster fire now because everyone now with the season release of the vampires, I think season 1, Blood of something.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's been out. People are enjoying it.
Oh,
They're
okay.
enjoying the hell out of it. But it is the layout that they presented at BlizzCon that has a lot of people like, and it's the money aspect of spending. Like, I'm spending $40 for the first expansion, and I'm not going to get anything else. But it's not bad. It's just the community and what people want. I play it. I enjoy it, but it definitely is headed in the wrong direction because of microtransactions and money hungry fucking corporate people. Because you're spending
Sounds
more
like a
money
bunch of
for a
juice.
cosmetic of a fucking horse than other shit, and that doesn't make any sense. But I digress.
I digress.
The Game Awards is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. We're gonna have a full staff again. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna have our drinks. We're gonna have our food. If you want to pull up, let us know. It feels good to come back. We had a long hiatus. People need to break. Lady Gunner had to stop, throwing that ass up on her last desk so it won't break again. Demigod had to make sure he was good. Greg had to break his contract with Mickey Mouse or renew it. And then
Had to renew
That
it.
nigga live at Disneyland. I
Bro,
swear he got a room somewhere.
We were in an intense negotiation,
right. And
but
then,
we good.
I swear you got a room at Disneyland just on file
he's on staff.
type shit.
He's a
And then-
secret employee.
You know what I'm saying? And then
I'm
Perry's
just
back
saying.
playing baseball. So, and I got a new job. So we all had to do our level up. We all had to have our side character level up arcs, but we're back and we can't wait to give you guys more content.
Main character vibes.
You know what I'm saying? So with
On
that,
some Rising Shield hero shit. You know what I'm saying?
that anime of questionable acts as far as jobless
And the woman
reoccurring.
will be called bitch.
Whoa.
And her party name will be whore.
That is something that happened. But with that, we're in our parts of the show where we like to give recommendations. Who would like to begin this?
I'll go first. My recommendation is very direct. That is for a particular person. And to that person, I need them to hear me loud and clear. To this person, you know who you are. I need you to let go of childish things. I need you to get over your fear that the bad guy might. Lady Gunner, I need you to watch Invincible. You are missing out on one of the most special superhero animated shows that will ever grace.
That's not
anyone's
DC or
television.
Marvel. Oh
Like,
my
And
it
you
is-
get to see fucking Battle Beast, the epitome of male testosterone. I'm here to find a worthy opponent. I cannot wait until him and old boy fight. It's gonna be so good.
Oh, him and Crag?
I
Him and
cannot-
Crag is gonna break the
Oh
fucking
my god, I
internet,
can't fucking
bro.
wait. Oh my
Him
God.
and Crag is gonna break the internet.
When
Like
I-
I'm telling you, you are missing something extremely special if like you sweep this under the rug because of your fears of like the villain winning. Like it is such an amazing show.
He
The
said,
characters are great.
"What's
it's-
another son? What's 17 more years?" I can have
But that's
another
not all the.
racer.
But that's not all the show is, and
Right.
you don't understand how much of a
That's
fucking
just a
gut
meme.
punch that moment is if you've not watched the rest of the show.
Right.
I'm just a hero connoisseur, but I've been leaning
Fucking
into
hero.
the villains. I might check it out.
I'll tell you this right now, Lady Gunner. Do not play Baldur's Gate with me now because I am in my villain arc and I'm on some bullshit. I'm nigga, what? I saved my lady. I was able to have a happy ending. I am now choosing violence. I don't give a fuck.
You beat the game. When I say my little babe after we went on a little date, I'm choosing violence.
No, Lady Gunner, you don't understand the violence I'm choosing. I'm not even saving the fucking village of the fucking devil people. Everyone will die. I'm not saving shit. I'm selfish. And I'm fucking whores. And doing
That's
drugs.
And owl bears.
Hey, stop.
Willingly?
Caught this man with an owl bear in a stable.
Yo, fuck.
It was
Who?
disgusting.
Oh,
It
my
was
character.
disgusting. Perry.
My character was fucking.
Disgusting.
Have you done No, I'm doing that this next playthrough, Zayana. I'm doing that next playthrough.
You fought the owl bear?
I definitely put my dick in the owl bear. Things were
I
good.
didn't even know that was possible.
Just demonic.
Oh yeah, I was on demon time.
I got dark urges too, but I'm not fucking bears in a
Not a
cabin.
bear.
Owl bears.
Owl bear.
Owl.
It's making me
bears.
stuttering.
Yeah.
Owl bears.
I am
Right.
unhinged.
You gotta remember, it's part bird.
Part bear.
That's got to be some form of uncurable syphilis.
Don't give a fuck. Lady
Your
Gunner,
dick
what
gonna
do you
fall off.
recommend?
Do you not? Yeah, hey, your dick gonna fall off. You don't give a fuck.
My dick fell off in the owl bear. Gang gang.
Okay,
Lady
Perry,
Gunner.
I'm getting you. Lady
Hey,
Gunner, what is your recommendation?
Well, yeah,
My
what's your
recommendation is
recommendation,
seek
lady?
God, get
Seek God.
baptized.
Hold on. He think he can mute me, but I can still
And
talk to you on
repent.
YouTube.
That's all right.
You know what's crazy? He can mute me in Discord, but he can't mute me on the actual live stream.
Oh shit!
Oh my
That's
God,
crazy.
no.
That's crazy.
I forgot. Damn.
Welcome to my villain art,
Oh,
ladies
no.
and gentlemen.
That's crazy.
Oh no, he can't be stopped. We must hurry and end the stream.
Also, remember
he's
the
power
Evo
drunk.
Tekken 7 champions for the last 6 years fight each other in Tekken 8 tonight. And then they announced the final character for Tekken 8 launch in January. Tune in for that. Oh, yeah.
Don't we already know who the
Yeah,
last
please,
character is? It was
No.
Leak, wasn't it?
No,
No,
I didn't
don't
see
think
it.
we know.
No.
But I do want to see that Tekken 8 fight tonight on is it on Twitch or where
It's
is
gonna be
it
on
at?
Twitch. It's gonna be on Twitch. Lady
Seek
Gunner?
God.
Lady Gunner? No, not at all.
That'll be fire.
I am Eisen. I seek God to defeat him. That is my character in Baldur's
My
Gate.
recommendation,
Continue. I gotta end.
if you ain't already, my recommendation is to watch Loki. Enjoy Loki
Mm.
and Jujutsu Kaisen
Good man.
because it is peak.
Indeed it is.
It is peak, along with Attack on Titan. It is peak.
It is. Okay.
He said the attack word again.
Mute him.
Lady Gunner, did you get out your
Along with the
recommendation?
meat sacks,
Yeah,
it is
I don't
peak.
get nothing else to say.
What?
I don't get nothing else
What
to
was
say.
your what was your recommendation, Lady Gunner?
Seek God, go to church, repent, get baptized. That was my recommendation.
Right.
Oh, because
And play
why?
a single player game.
Fiction.
Oh, because I had to watch because of my Baldur's Gate character. Okay. My
I'm
recommendation.
unmuting that man. Leave him there.
my recommendation is it's okay. Well, take breaks. It's okay. Channel yourself, center yourself, and then come back stronger. And fuck all the owlbears you can.
Just make sure you got a cure because fuck, man.
No. In this playthrough,
Where's it at?
in this arc of Blerd Lines Media, welcome. In this arc of Blerd Lines Media,
Oh my
Perry is
God.
no longer Perry. He is finding his villain arc.
Oh my god.
And it's finna go crazy. Welcome to my villain arc, ladies and gentlemen. We want to
my
thank
God.
everyone for pulling up. It has been a pleasure. We had a lot of people in today. We had some unexpected individuals pull up. Still not fucking with them. Appreciate you showing. Greg,
This nigga.
Demigod, Lady Gunner. It's been a pleasure. You're awesome.
My God.
Go to jail. You need to
Yeah.
go to jail.
So to wrap this up to everybody in here, including people that Nick ain't fucking with, we fuck with y'all anyway. Y'all could have been anywhere on this Sunday morning, but y'all was here with us to bring
All
in
you
your
niggas.
afternoon, and that brings the world to us. So with that being said, you all deserve the heartiest gang. Have a great week, y'all.
Bye.